Hello and welcome! Welcome to Drakenmemoria. Yes, you almost had to watch a empty screen. You had to restart everything last moment. But everything's working, so let's start with this and hopefully nothing will crash. Welcome to Drakenmemoria! Oh boy. What is Drakenmemoria, you may ask? Well, it's Dungeons and Dragons, or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. So, if this is not something you want to watch, well, it happens. You can go do something else, and we promise we'll forget about you permanently.
Kidding, of course. You're unforgettable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're unforgettable.
Everybody's
It's just that we're not going to think about you, but we will remember you.
Mm-hmm. We will never forget that you ditched our stream, though.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
No.
Oh.
No, that was an anticlimactic answer. Alright.
Don't let life pass you by.
So, if you want to watch this become something that resembles Dungeons and Dragons, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Yeah, I think that's everything that needed to be said about this stream and how we start and the fact that it's going to become Dungeons and Dragons. If you like the thunderstorm in the background, it's Ambient Mixer. If you like the world map, it's Wonderdraft. If you like the battle map, it's Dungeon Alchemist. All of the information for those apps and website are below the window.
If you like any one of us as individuals, our phone numbers are just below that.
Well, no, actually, I have been working on getting that Discord thing up. So anyone who asked us, who asked me personally, or any one of us during a chat about a way to contact us with Discord, it's next thing on the list. So anywhere between the next 2 weeks and the next year, you'll be able to do contact us like this. Yes, that's how fast I am at resolving these things.
Well, you know what they say about slow and steady.
They get left behind?
In the United States, no student gets left behind.
Is that
I don't know about that.
Is that so? Okay.
We made a whole bill about it.
Yes.
Everyone loves it.
Of course. Of course. It's exactly what you are known throughout the world. Oh, my goodness. I don't need this anymore. I can erase that. Yay. Alright. So, the game where we are now. Yes. Hold on. No, I already opened it. No, that's not that easier. Alright, so, last episode, what did we do?
We dug a man out of a pile of rocks.
And we also dug trauma out of Remy's head.
Like, you might even say that we dug up what we thought was long dead and buried.
Exactly. No, but then, as with all good mine exploring session, you all came out of it with more questions. Because it's important to know what question to ask. The answer is not important, it's the question.
Yeah, just don't tell the question that.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, don't ask the question. That's what my teacher said. That wasn't even a joke. So,
And, you know, that almost sounds like it would have been like an insert in a Captain Underpants book. It's like, cause like, heck, it was like maybe the first or second book where there's literally a poster on the wall, and it's just like, I want you, like in the Uncle Sam, to stop reading.
Yeah. So, are you saying that my life is a page in Captain Underpants' life?
Well, if you're lucky, it's a fliporama page, so you get twice the value.
3D images. Nice, nice. Alright, so, officially what happened last episode. The party managed to find the lost cultist they were looking for. Unfortunately, the necessary spell hadn't been prepared, so a night of rest was needed. In order to pass the time until... Oh, that's... sorry, I didn't realize how that sounded. In order to pass the time until morning, our heroes went from digging through rocks to digging through memories. With the assistance of the spell they had on hand, they decided to go digging through the memories of one party member, Remy, in the hope to find a link through everyone's past that would help them better understand the present. As you might have guessed with what I just said, the result of that is still to be determined. Once done, the night was more than needed, especially for Remy. Not only for the spells, but for the emotional relief also. When morning came, our hero got back to digging for the cultist, which they succeeded in doing. And now they got interrogated. There was a little bit of disagreement on how this could happen, and they told the powerful bard to go to her room while they try their hand at this interrogation thing. We'll see how that goes. Actually, that's probably what the episode will be about. How that will go. Alright. And just to be sure, where did that go? I know it's supposed to be here somewhere. Oh, here it is. My notes for that interrogation. Very important. All right. So,
what is your name? What is your quest? What is your favorite color?
Information not found is my name.
Not applicable.
No one told me I needed to have a name when I was born. Come on. I was always NPC number 3594. So, I believe that when we left last episode, you had all decided to take the prisoner to a cliff somewhere, and what was the in the order in which you said that? You bring it to a cliff, then create a Liamon's tiny hut, then go inside and open the audience's dimensional storage, then face the dimensional storage away from Remy, and take the poor guy to be interrogated inside of the dimensional storage.
That sounds right.
All right.
We're gonna have gone through all this, and the contingency isn't gonna harm anybody but the dude.
Wait, Jorg.
It's just
How
a
do you,
modified myself.
You know how to make like truth serum? You're good with herbs.
I
think audience knows how to make truth serum in like a general area around him.
That's
Oh
not
yeah.
I do.
Don't even need ingredients for it.
As a matter of fact, Jorg, you can make a truth potion, but you need more than a few hours to make it.
God, Jorg, what? You need to get with the program. What's with this like 3-day wait time for potions?
This entire arc is us just waiting for George to have stuff ready.
We're waiting.
None
at
of
the
the rest
speed
of us can
light.
do anything. We just need to wait for Jordan to do it.
Well, you know, the
Hey, what if we go ask Naisha for the ring and
Then
let us use it really quick? She won't come. Just be like, hey, we need to use this really quick. If it doesn't work, we'll bring them to you.
You can go, Toby.
I think she's gonna go. Like, if you want to, let me.
You are welcome to try, Toby. I'm gonna try and interrogate him without them.
I'll try it. I'm gonna dash and then step of the wind.
Well, anyway, it's gonna take a little bit of time to prepare everything. You got to take them to where they need to be. Remy needs to make the ritual cast. You probably at least got half an hour, so you probably don't need to dash to get to her.
Run!
I'm gonna dash and then step of the wind.
You can
just make it clear it's just you who wants this and no one else.
Yeah. No problem.
Like a typical man blowing his load way too quickly.
Well, I mean, it's 200 feet. I'm telling you.
He only
I'm gonna
needs
go.
a short rest after, and then he's good to go.
Yeah, no, fine. I recovered fast.
Yeah, no, especially now that you're completely made of smelly stuff. Not smelly stuff. Slimy
Vitamin
stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, depending on your opinions of citrus.
That's true. Some people hate that smell.
Most people consider not smelly.
But some do. Not me. I actually like it. Alright.
Yeah, like some people can't use cilantro.
I'm okay with it. Doesn't bother me. I won't ask for it for my birthday, but I don't mind it.
Alright, interrogation.
Yeah.
Alright, so Tobiyashi, while everyone's preparing to interrogate that poor guy, preparing the spell, emptying the dimensional storage to make sure that nothing happens to it. Tobiyashi, you run to Neisa. You can easily find where she is. You just have to ask someone there where is she placed, and of course they'll answer. They're your people anyway, so it's like asking your brother, "Hey, do you remember where Mom put that?" The worst thing that's gonna happen is gonna intentionally throw you in the wrong direction. But that's...
Yeah.
Hey, where do you keep your dirty mags?
How do you know about those?
I didn't.
Everybody knows about them.
Everybody knows.
No, I didn't. You just told me. Damn it! All right, so yep.
Sorry, I guess I can wait until we get back to the rest of us doing interrogations.
No, I don't know. If you want to go with Tobiyashi, I don't mind.
No, I would be staying with everybody else.
Okay. So you easily find her. It takes maybe just a few minutes. She's waiting in a room, looking outside.
Hey, Naisha. We're about to interrogate that guy. I was wondering, we found this like a contingency inside of his body, kind of like right in between his heart and his lungs or something like that. We're gonna interrogate him. I was wondering if we could use that ring, and if our thing doesn't work, we'll bring him to you. I just want to make sure he doesn't die before he gets to you.
Oh, I doubt very much that any of you will let that happen.
I don't know. Someone said something about a super powerful like explosion gonna happen when the contingency goes off, or something like that. He's gonna disappear or die slowly.
It's a contingency chain. It's not the first time I've encountered it.
Oh, what does it do?
It's to prevent him from compromising himself.
Okay. All right.
If he has that inside of him, it's not a small operative. I don't know why, Tobiashi, but someone really hates you.
Yeah. A lot of people hate me. But other than that, so no on the ring, or wait, they're setting up everything. I don't want to miss it.
All right, Tobiashi.
I think
she takes the ring out. She plays with it with her fingers. You have to bring it back, so I'm leaving you in charge of that ring.
I'll bring it back.
If you lose it, I'm gonna expect you to find another one.
Okay. I won't lose it. I promise. You've trusted me this far. I've trusted you. I got this.
Ring of regeneration prices.
It's up there.
It's up there.
I will bring it back.
I think it might actually be very rare.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
So
Toby going deeply in debt.
I'll take the ring. I'll bow. Thank you, Aisha. I'll let you know when we fail. All right. See you later.
This man has no
the confidence.
This
Like
man
how he
has...
said when.
Plan A never works. And then I'm gonna turn
Toby,
around.
have some confidence in front of others.
I'm gonna turn around, and I am going to run back.
All right. You ask around, you find where your friends are, you're arriving just as Remy is sitting down, opening his book, starting to prepare this Liamon's Tiny Hut spell. Just about to start the ritual casting. You're just in time, because anyone not inside can't come inside after that, so you would have been stuck outside. So
Hey guys, I got the ring.
Cool.
So wait, what? So we're interrogating him. We're not like dissecting him.
No, we're interrogating
that was the whole point of not having Naisa interrogate him.
But
She
we
was
appreciate-
gonna say-
I
We
have the ring
appreciate
just in
you
case.
getting the ring, because it'll cover for if he blows up.
Yeah, or if like he's dying slowly or something like that. But yeah, don't lose this. I've never seen one. Wait, how much does this heal you? how does this work?
I believe it's 1d6 hit points every 10 minutes, something like that.
and it regenerates
And then-
lost limbs.
Yeah. And then I think if you start your turn at 0, it puts you to 1 or something like that.
It's not a
Or
huge
stabilizes you.
It's not a huge healing, Toby. It just makes it so you can't die.
Okay.
Or it's a lot harder for you to die. You
Yeah.
can still die, but...
That is a great torture item. I'm writing it down from my other campaign.
Oh, you don't know the story of the oh, that's a gruesome story. You don't know the story about the three elves who three children elves who saw their parents get murdered.
Did not know.
It's a story in the second edition books of Elf. So a bounty hunter dwarf was looking for someone. Enters the elven territories without knowing it, and he encounters an elf just going about his business. He mistakes him for someone who might be able to give him information. He refuses, things go bad, and the elf dies. The dwarf just leaves and never thinks about it again. Didn't get the information he needed. What he didn't know was that the three children of that elf were watching what happened. So one elf stays, as they grow up, one elf stays inside of the elven territory. One elf starts to go looking for the dwarf, and one elf goes onto a quest. Eventually, the elf finds the dwarf. 150 years have passed since the dwarf now is retired. He is no longer in shape for combat. The elf and one of his brother, the one that stayed in the elven territory, easily outmatch him, and they capture him. They bring him back to the elven territories, and ever since, every year, members of this family has been receiving one body part.
Oh God!
To this day, I think it was said that they counted 5 arms and 4 legs. And the story ends by saying, a ring of regeneration works wonders in revenge.
Jesus.
That's what the third elf went on a quest for, to find a ring of regeneration.
That is tragic.
So the poor guy is gonna spend the rest of his days being mutilated and then completely healed. Just because he didn't pay attention to who he was killing.
Oh, you know, murder's bad.
Yeah.
So
we do it all the time. What are you talking about?
So, Ring of Regeneration, very rare. While wearing this ring, you regain 1d6 hit point every 10 minutes, provided that you have at least 1 hit point. If you lose a body part, the ring causes the missing part to regrow and return to full functionality after 1d6 plus 1 day. If you have at least 1 hit point the whole time. So here the Ring of Regeneration has significantly been reduced since previous edition, because if you are at 0 hit point, it doesn't work. It used to work no matter what, but nowadays it doesn't.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
Lame.
well, it was also because of magic items of that functionality that attunements came into existence. But anyway.
Ring of Regeneration is attunement.
Oh no, that's what I mean though. Okay. Just like magic items had to be reined back a bit so that they just didn't completely break a game. Most of them, anyway. There are still a few outliers, but.
All right. Well, if you combine this with another item, then you're good. It's a combination of 2 items. I think it's a what's the name of that item? Pariah of Health? Hold on.
Periaptive health.
The periaptive wound closure.
Yeah.
The one of health, that is the one that gives you Constitution, I think.
Okay. Anyway, one of them, when you fall to 0 hit point, it brings you back to 1 hit point. Combine the 2 together, and you're immortal, so long as you have them on yourself. Well, unless you're disintegrated. Now that's really hard to come back from. But not impossible.
Well, that's when you bring in the Ring of Temporal Salvation.
Well, all you have to do is no, I'm not gonna go into that. That's starting to be very gruesome, but there's a way around it all. So that's what mages do. Find ways around these little problems. All right. So, Tobiashi, you see the guy who is going to be interrogated. Hold on. I think I have it here. Oh, okay. still looks unconscious, which is a bit weird, but all right. Nothing being hauled around and examined by a doctor and having a whole group of people yell right at his feet, even though he wasn't conscious, to try and figure out what they're going to do with him and how they're going to interrogate him. Yeah, it's a bit weird that he's still out, but hey, he almost died, so it's could be normal.
Oh shit! Can we force him to attune to the item?
Well, usually you have to think about it, but she had that on herself and she was ready to use it, so she probably knew of some way, but
anyways, he'll be fine. If he starts dying, we'll just tell him to attune to it.
Attuning takes time.
Yeah, it takes an hour.
I know. That was the. He's definitely dying before he attunes to it.
I mean, we could just stick it on him. Maybe he'll attune to it.
Let's stick it on him.
All right. You slide the ring on him.
I guess, do we wait an hour? I'll wait an hour.
That's really up to you.
I mean, there's no point to have it on him if we're not going to wait an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So did you slip it on him and then you realize that you have to wait an hour so you take it out? Or did you just think about it thoroughly before and decided not to do it?
Can we have Terry put images into his head that he has to attune to it? Can we, trick him into attuning to it?
We could torture him.
No, not torture him. I mean, can we have Terry, trick him into attuning to it?
Yeah.
He doesn't have modified memory.
Yeah.
Inception him. I don't know.
Terry has detect thoughts. You cannot affect the person's thoughts in any ways. You can just see them.
Can we wake this guy up, by the way? Is it possible?
I think he is awake. I'd pinch him. Does he flinch at all?
He should have been someone. He should have been someone healed at this
response to pain currently.
Getting pinched by metal hands?
No, he doesn't respond.
Not responsive to painful stimuli.
Minor.
Go into his mind.
I could try a healing spell on him.
Paramedic.
I mean, I already healed him.
The point.
I healed him. He's healed. If he's not waking up, it's not because he's not healed. What spell would work for that?
I open his eyes, check his pupils.
Okay.
They reactive?
Yeah.
Are his eyes tracking anything?
No.
So he's
Fisher's
unconscious?
out here metagaming. You're not a healer.
He's unconscious?
I guess so. Don't know why though.
For those of you who aren't familiar with medicine, Andre, not Fisher, has just verified if he has automatic. That's harder to pronounce in English than in French. Automatic body functions. Dilation of the pupil would be automatic, and so if he's alive, it's going to happen. But moving your eyes is not a reflex. So, but I'm not sure if Fisher should have known that. But hey, okay, it happened.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Do we have?
He doesn't know how humans work.
We'll say Jorg did it, and just make a quick retcon.
Yeah. No, because of how my eyes work, the pupil does a weird thing when I'm conscious or not, so I just figured that's how all eyes work.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Do we have any smelling salts or anything that would wake someone up from being unconscious?
Um, what does a
I
smelling
might have something
salt
like that.
smell like?
I don't know. I'm thinking of ways to wake someone up
Ah,
that
damn.
are like
Minor
unconscious.
illusion only does sounds and images.
Yeah, but
You can
George,
make
The
it smell
silent
like
do you have
menthol.
Druidcraft? Cantrip? Druidcraft?
George,
You're
Yes.
muted. Okay. No,
Yeah,
it's just
sorry,
a
the
delay.
TV's on also. I do have Druidcraft.
You do know that you can make a small smells
Hmm
with this.
You should make like a strong smelling like a skunk or something.
What's
like,
that? What's that one
and
that
then
makes you
make it-
stay awake when you're getting your blood drawn or something like that? What is that called?
uh,
The promise of
What?
a donut.
Like burns the shit out of your nose? No, it's like this white package. You break it in half
Yeah,
and they
it's
put it under
just
yeah,
your
smelling
that's
nose.
a smelling salts.
Oh,
smelling
okay,
salts.
okay.
I've always wondered what's
Sounds like
inside
it's
of that.
concentrated ammonia. I could make that smell.
How about pop? No, I'm kidding.
So,
No, it's the smell that's supposed to jolt you like.
so,
awake.
so George says we have concentrated ammonia, and inside of Fisher, Terranati says, "Well, maybe you should just fart in his face."
I can't fart. Last time I did. I made a warning.
Farts don't contain ammonia.
Mine
Fisher,
might.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's methane.
But if you were a cat, you could pee on him.
It's not. I don't think we want something that like. We need something like that like actually has medical purpose of waking someone up, not like just
Yeah.
a smell.
You do realize, George,
That's
that
the
you can actually
ammonia.
transform into a cat and pee on a person, right?
I could.
Well, no,
Uh-huh.
he's saying concentrated. It's like cat pee that's been sitting there for like
Yeah.
at least
just
a
like
month.
crystallized.
I don't know why, but
Uh,
I'm so used to playing a druid. I think I would have already done this. So why not say it? You know, if you just put the guy inside a dimensional storage, you close it with Jorg inside, and you transform into a skunk, he can just let himself out. Just wait a few moments in that little enclosed space.
that sounds like pretty good torture.
You're a druid. You can do that easily.
Let's just do the smell. Just make the strong smell of ammonia. It doesn't need to be a super bad smelling thing. It just has to be.
Yeah, I'm
strong.
doing it.
You
try
probably
it.
have
Well,
this.
actually,
Yeah.
we could make this a little simpler.
Okay.
Stab him
No.
with a knife.
I mean, we could just use stinking cloud, but yeah.
Yeah, just like Ramey's got a stone that just makes bad smells for us.
It does. But I don't know if I necessarily
What
wanted
if
a
you
bad
used your
smell.
decanter?
Yeah, just a bad smell. I
Duncan.
don't know if that would.
I want the specific
Okay.
like strong smell for like waking that like that like will wake someone up.
I want to imagine all of this happening on a cliff somewhere with a group of adventurers arguing. How are we going to wake him up? You know, just find a really bad smell and put it right in front of him. I have ammonia.
So we had an
I have
hour.
skunk,
We had
I
an
have-
hour to argue about it. So
Mm-hmm. I mean, Terry could also try and go inside his head and see if he's actually. I don't think he's faking it, but you know.
his eyes, when have eyes not had the responses that like of zero focus if he was faking
Yeah,
it?
he wouldn't be able to control it.
I
if
don't
he was
know. I'm not a
faking
person.
it. I have studied medicine, and I know this to be true.
Technically, the only actual person here is George.
Human.
What
I
human
feel like,
person?
yeah,
Human
yeah,
person.
that's a bit rude to audience and Raimi.
Well, I
Only
mean,
Chris-
I said I wasn't a person either.
I mean, it might even be rude to Fisher too. I thought he was like, what do you consider Fisher if he's not a person?
I would say the
Yeah.
only person that's not a person here is you. No offense.
Whoa! whoa.
But wait, are we
Okay,
consider?
buddy.
Well, are we considering monsters
was-
not people now?
If we're considering monsters people, we've killed a lot of people. Like, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
a
I'll
lot.
deny that.
Okay, but we've also just killed actual people.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
It's
we've
just-
also
it's-
killed
You
just
don't
a
need to-
lot of people too. That's not like it's more, but it's
I don't know.
not.
Is people humanoid or is it just all encompassing people?
I think it's kind of purposely vague. Has
I'm getting back to meditating. I got to get this key point back.
Okay. Dork,
the
put
one-
the smell under his nose while Toby's meditating.
I put the spell on him, and now he's mine.
I put a spell on you.
No, he's
Oh.
mine.
No,
I think a lightning bolt would wake him up.
Or kill him.
Yeah.
How about not that?
So, exactly, what are you doing? I've had a whole lot of information thrown at me in the past 10 minutes. So, you got a ring that you wanted to put on him, and then you decided not to put it on him, but I don't know if you actually put it on him and tried to remove it.
No, I think we put it on
We're
him
doing
and
the
waited the
smell.
hour.
We put it
To
on
see if
him,
that
and then
works.
we've been arguing / talking while waiting.
We were
the
waiting the
hour
hour
that
before
it-
we waked
It,
before we woke
it
him up.
might he might
Yeah, it'd be
attune to it during, but
It would be super hilarious if he just like eventually woke up and was like, "Okay, fine, Jesus Christ, will you all just shut the fuck up?"
yeah, exactly. That's our
That's
true
the
plan.
goal. Alright, that's
That's
the
the
goal.
goal. That's the goal.
Annoy
But
him.
now we're waking him up.
Alright, so, Jorg, you probably have everything you need inside of your cabinet of potion making. So that's easily.
Oh, I would tell you what
Probably.
Naisha said while we were waiting about it being a chain contingency or whatever the fuck it is, and what she said to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What?
The
Yeah,
TV.
I've got what I need.
No, your TV. We can hear your TV.
That's why he's muting.
Yeah.
We can also only see your eyes. You're really close to the camera. Alright. Alright, so... Okay, you wanted to tell everyone what... then he says, alright, so what did you tell everyone? Tobiyashi?
Oh, I told him about the. She said it was a contingency chain, right? And it's just a contingency. Well, she said she's seen it before, and that it's a contingency to make him not give away what he is. And that's all she said.
All right. So that makes me think it's not a threat to anybody but him. And it could be a physical threat in, like, you know, killing him before he can divulge anything. It could also be a, like...
He can't say his own name.
Is Modify Memory 5th or 6th level?
I think it's 6th level.
Fifth level.
5th
5th
level?
level. So it could be something like that just makes him forget stuff, or...
5th level, but Modify Memory can only modify the last 24 hours.
Oh, right. Yeah. Be kind of funny if it was just a silence spell. But, yeah, so...
This could be the spell in effect right now.
Oh, I know what spell it is.
Feign death. No, he doesn't know. He's not feigning death right now. We know he's alive. But yeah, so it could be something. But I think the rest of us, are safe.
Okay. So is the
So everybody
is the
relax, let your
countermeasure
guard down.
literally just keeping him asleep?
It could be, but no, because then it would have already gone off.
Let's take it out of him.
That's higher than 5th.
Not 8.
It's not?
Or maybe. Sorry.
Isn't
Not one I
that
don't
like
use very well.
7?
Well,
What
no,
is that?
definitely not 7th. Hold on. Nope. I'm right. It's 5th.
Oh, shit.
I don't know how many people have watched that anime, Remy. I get it. I don't know how many other people have watched that anime.
I have no
Why do I
idea
feel old now?
what the picture is, but what
I've heard
first
about it.
popped up was the link, and in the link, it said the name of the spell, and that's how I understood what it was.
Oh, okay. Because I'm
Well,
like,
no,
I think I'm the only one who's probably. I don't know. Avery hasn't watched that anime, and I don't know if Toby has.
Excuse me while I go fix my broken back. My
I've
and,
heard
like,
about
I'm
it. I heard it's
rustle
good.
around my hip
Never seen it.
replacement.
It is very good.
and
It's one of the
replace my
best. You
teeth.
should watch it if you haven't watched it. But
Which anime?
Code Geass.
Code Geass.
You muted yourself, Remy.
I know I muted myself. You
Okay.
can't prove anything.
Are we back to just disenchanting magic object then?
I mean, we could try, because we could try. Yeah.
If it's
like-
only a contingency, then the worst thing that can happen is the spell fails.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think at this point it might just be worth trying. Alright, I'm gonna use a level 3 disenchant. Or dispel.
That's
I don't know why I
not
said
what it-
disenchant. Dispel magic. Yeah, it's not there's no disenchant. Okay, dispel magic.
Do we want to combine it with any other things while we're at it?
I will cast Enhance Ability Charisma on audience. Who has advantage?
Okay.
Is Jor concentrating on anything right now?
No. I don't think so, right?
Guidance.
You could cast guidance.
I cast guidance.
Wait,
Yeah,
that's what
no,
I
that
asking
was
if
that was the
concentration
answer.
thing.
You said, "Are you concentrating on anything?" And he was like, "Yeah, guidance," because I already cast it.
Okay. No or higher the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability, which for our audience is charisma.
That's why he was enhancing it.
So he rolls with advantage and he adds a d4 on top of his result.
Mm-hmm. And I think I add,
You add just your charisma modifier.
which
Yep.
is +2. Yep. Okay.
It's still only
Roll.
+2.
I'm not. What do I need to be for that? 12? One more level?
Well, yeah. The next one. I guess, yeah. I always forget.
So the DC,
And I'm adding a what, D4 to it?
no matter what, the DC can't be lower than 16. So
Yeah.
That's unfortunate because I rolled a 15.
Damn. With the advantage of the D4.
Because I rolled a 1 on the D4.
Damn.
That's sad.
He's got a pulse, right?
yeah.
Well,
do you
the
check
dispel magic failed. Time to try again.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
An action to cast.
can I try to like
I can
thunderclap
try.
his heart to beat faster?
What?
No, Jorg, let me try. I want
Is
another
that how
chance
that
at this.
works?
I don't know. I mean, no, it's thunder, huh? It's not lightning. I mean, I could try to lightning his heart to make it beat faster.
No, let's not. Okay,
Is that
was there
how that
any
works?
effect, by the way, of the
Yeah, that's how it
spell?
works.
Was there any effect when I cast the spell on him?
I have a +8
Did
in
we
medicine.
see
I
anything
think I
happen?
know what I'm
Well,
talking
that's
about.
that's the thing. You unless someone cast detect magic, because you can't even see the magic, the object. You can't know if the object is still enchanted.
All right, Remy, open him up.
I could cast, but then I need to drop concentration on enhance ability.
My vibes for my spell cast was it wasn't very good. think we should try again.
Yeah, somebody bless him, and then
All right. Yeah, do you want to go again?
So
too?
I want to remind you that you're trying to cast Dispel Magic not on a contingency spell placed on a person, but on an object which has
Hidden
the
inside a
contingency
person.
spell active inside of it. So you're trying to dispel a magical object. There is a chance that all you're going to do is shut it down, but if it's meant to be active, it's going to reactivate after a while.
Mm, that's
I
a
mean,
good
we could
point.
also just take it out of him if there's no contingency.
that's what
about
I've been
taking it out.
saying this whole time.
All right, let's just take it
I
out.
thought you didn't want to take him to the doctor.
Well, we don't have to take him to the doctor, can't
No,
we?
I
Just
didn't
take it
want
out?
us to interrogate him inside the area when we thought he was gonna explode.
Yeah.
To be fair, Rami's really good with knives, and I can heal him. So
I think
could...
Remy could do this. I have a
Is-
+8 in medicine. He's good in medicine too, and we have a healer here.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
How much
We can
different
do
can it be from
surgery.
like filleting a fish?
we just pull it out, and then we heal any damage we do. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
that's
how
why it's
bodies
been
work.
lodged right between his heart and his lung, because anyone that tries this has no chance at all of damaging a major
Okay, well,
organ.
to be fair, if we pierce a lung, he has some time to live, and then I can just heal the lung.
Do we just take him to Naisha?
No, she's
God,
gonna
Oh,
torture him.
wow. All right, so what are you gonna do right now?
What's worse, torturing him or accidentally killing him?
What part of
Worse for
experimental
who?
surgery by untrained professionals is not torture?
I mean, he would
Except
rather
for the
do
fact that he's
than
not
take him to
currently
get tortured.
conscious. I guess you could claim
But
that.
he can't. If he can't literally become conscious, also it'd be a good test to see if he was faking it.
At least Naisha could get him to wake up. What is Naisha? Is she a wizard?
No, she's a bard.
Bard.
No.
I don't know, Jorg. How comfortable? You're the doctor here. How comfortable do you feel performing some form of surgery?
I mean, I think I have a modifier to be a nurse. And with Remy's sleight of hand, I mean,
With capable help and healing around, how confident do you feel?
So
about
we have a
performing
doctor,
surgery?
a surgeon, and a
Not
nurse.
very. I have.
if we pierce his lung, I could wrap it up with silk and make sure
What?
it works, you know?
But that's I don't think.
Okay, I do have.
That's how it works, right? They do that in
Revivify.
My Hero.
Is
the
it?
latest
But, like,
episode. Oh no, they did that
I
to his
have
heart. Sorry.
Revivify. Also,
Doesn't the soul have to be willing for that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh,
you can't revivify
Okay, what
someone
about-
against their
what about
will.
the other one?
You
I
can't
believe
bring
all of
anyone
them.
back to life against their will.
No.
You can heal them against their will, but you can't.
All right, where's the spell Force Revivify? Why is that not a spell?
Why is
I
that
think- I
no
think
force
it's-
revivify?
It's a 9th level spell.
That's,
It's
called,
called
that's
Wish.
called making a lich.
Yeah.
It is a wish. You can wish someone who doesn't want to be wished back
I've
into
heard
existence.
of DMs reviving a whole party. All right.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
they were
that's-
they wanted to. They
So,
were willing.
No.
just so
Also,
that you
that's
know,
a DM. DMs don't play by the rules. Everybody does that.
Tobiashi, just so that you know, it's not explained anymore in the monster manual, but it used to be. Do you know what happened when you force resurrect an elf? It becomes a banshee.
Okay. All right. I was about to say something, but I won't bring it up. It's just something that I saw the other day.
Alright.
All I'm gonna say is horchata milk and demons.
Alright, well, here are our options. Do you feel more comfortable now bringing the guy to the surgeon now that we know that it probably is not going to blow up? The contingency is not blowing up.
Yeah, we could take him there, but he's kind of sick.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
The guy?
the surgeon?
The priest is the surgeon. Oh my, are you guys not?
What if we
Yeah.
enlarge him so it's
But
easier to do surgery on him?
He's just tired. He's fine.
Ah, jeez Louise.
He's just missing a little bit of his life essence.
You know the life expectancy of a surgery like that in this day and age?
Yeah, low. That's why I don't want
I
us
thought there
to
was-
try it.
Yeah, I thought there was a priest who, like, I thought there was another priest too. There got to be someone in your church more qualified than us. Although I'm still, if Jordan wants to do it, I'm still.
I mean,
fine
there's
if Jordan wants
Onak.
to do
I
it.
think Onak could probably do it.
I would trust Jorg more than
Onak.
I don't know how much Ardak knows about the specifics of human bio. Is this dude human? I'm assuming he is.
Well, since you've examined it to find the mark of the predator on him, you were pretty sure that he's either a very slender human or a half elf.
All right, I'm going to pick him up. Let's take him to the freaking doctor.
Remy is there with a spell book, casting the immense tiny other.
Thank you.
You know, I imagine. I like to
Okay.
imagine like this
Okay,
whole
guys.
conversation's happening.
Let's make a submarine.
I'd like to dash
And then
my
I'll
Yusha-
cast-
no, I'm kidding.
What's a submarine?
And then I cast reduce on it, and then we go into his blood,
We're gonna
and
magic school bus this?
Yeah, real quick, Jorg. What's a submarine?
it's kind of like a fish,
It's like a,
but man-made.
it's like a flying ship.
So everything you hate in
Okay.
existence, right? Oh, good lord.
All right, let's. I guess. So what? Are we bringing him to the priest now?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay.
How mad would you guys be if I just ran him to Naisha without you guys being able to stop me?
You'd have to make some rolls.
All right,
Also,
we'll walk to
you
the
can't
doctor.
run that fast while carrying a dude.
What's half of 200?
100?
100?
You really asked
Yeah, I
that
could
question?
go. Yeah.
You can't outrun me. At
Who
100.
said?
I got spells, dude.
He's got spells on top.
You'd
of
also have to
spells.
get him away from us initially, which is why I'd
I
have
would,
you have
I
you
would,
make
alright.
rolls.
Yeah.
Remember, I got Sentinel. I can make it so you can't move
Oh,
at
that's
all.
true. I wouldn't be able to move.
all right, come on,
Immediately tries
please.
to take off, just trip him up.
You kick my ankle. Oh, fuck.
Let's move this forward. I think
You can't
I'd
Yes,
like to
good
remind
idea.
people that we've been doing this for an hour and nothing happened, right?
Okay, well, we decided
We've
our
done a
first
lot
plan
less
wasn't
than
gonna
that.
work, so now we're bringing him to the priest.
You're hauling him back inside. Ah,
I'm gonna pocket the ring.
the ring that you put on his
No,
finger.
I thought we were leaving the ring on him in case
Yeah.
he attuned to it.
Well, is he gonna? That depends on if he's gonna attune to it. I'd rather not
Well,
lose it.
we've been attempting.
We've been leaving it on him in case he had attuned to it.
All right, we'll leave it on him.
All right.
Oh, I do wrap silk around his ankle, just in case.
Okay. All right, you drag the guy back inside, all the way to the infirmary of the temple. There, you are greeted with what's his name again? Hold on, I have it here. The priest, Naoko. All right, you're greeted by Naoko as you enter this infirmary. There, all of the wounded of the events of the last few days are still there. Naoko looks a bit tired. Yeah, it's not even noon and he already looks tired. But, alright, yeah, he's the priest monk here. You enter, he greets you, Tobiashi first, and then all of your friends. So, what can I help you with today?
Intrathoracic surgery.
Hey, Naoko. How do you feel about doing a really extensive surgery?
To what end?
We're trying to get a magic item from in between this guy's heart and lung. Um, we have a couple medical people with us. I'm pretty good at medicine. There's Remy, he's good at filleting fish. And then George, he has a lot of healing experience. So I think we're ready. I think we can do it
I'm
right
also, I know Toby didn't mention me, I also am a paladin and can heal people with my hands.
Yeah, and for some reason, Fisher knows how to look at people's eyes and know if they're like still alive. I don't know where that came from.
We
but-
also might have a medicinal tree, but we don't know.
That too.
We don't know if we have a medicinal tree.
Right. That's a lot of information. You do know that destroying a person's heart is kind of fatal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
I
we brought him
thought
to
so.
you. That's why we brought him to
And he
you.
has that ring of regeneration on. Also,
Don't know. If
I have
he's
tremor
attuned to
sense.
it.
I don't know how much that would work.
I don't think that helped.
No. And we're asking if you can perform a surgery.
Yeah, with our help.
Well, of course, you know that I can. I just mean an object placed between two very sensitive organs.
It does have a contingency spell on
Oh,
it, which is why we want to take it out,
yes, of course.
because we think it's preventing him from being able to interrogate it.
In what way?
Don't know.
He's not waking up. Unless
Well,
the
that
reason he's
may
not
or may not be related.
unless the reason he's not waking up you can tell us is for a different reason.
Oh, well. Against. Alright. You see the priest take a moment. He starts feeling his new patient. Alright. Okay. Right. And you say he's unconscious and can't answer.
Yeah.
Tobiashi, I'm a bit disappointed in you. I thought I taught you better.
Is he faking it?
I just never
Knew it.
did a medicine check. I'm sorry.
We never did a medicine. We never did a
I never rolled the dice, man.
We went to dispel magic before medicine check.
Yes, you did.
Hey, that's fair. I've ran into some providers like that. Why didn't you do this? I don't know.
Immediately jumped. Listen, our medical bills are higher for him if we do the more expensive stuff first.
I'm pretty sure he's conscious right now and listening to everything you're saying.
Oh my god! I slap him in the face.
You thought you
Legally.
could get away with it, but we're too smart.
He slapped the guy in his face. He doesn't respond.
Wake up! All right, stab
Oh,
him.
he's just he is awake. He's just refusing to respond to us.
What if we use Raimi's knife?
Ooh, I could use command. I could command him to talk.
George, weren't you against torturing him?
Just like a little poke.
More and more, I think this
What?
torturing thing would go well.
Oh. I'm gonna command him. Oh, I can compel duel.
I don't know. That doesn't make him fight you. That just makes him not fight other people.
So what are you gonna do?
I think
Command
command's
him.
not a bad idea.
Okay.
Get him drunk off of dwarvish wine.
I can only use one word.
Answer.
Answer. Cool. I'll use answer. I'm gonna cast command on him to try and make him answer.
We need a question though.
Oh,
What do we want?
ask him a question.
Why don't you just put respond?
Maybe.
Someone ask him a question.
What is our most? Or do we want to
What's
start
your favorite
with something
color?
basic?
No, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm not using it yet off that.
Command is a single word, and so now you gotta navigate around this.
Yeah, that's why I want the question that I could just put answer.
That's a little, yeah. It might work. It's probably a little iffy though. Why don't we go with like what why'd they attack the monastery?
Sure, go with just anything.
Yeah, why do you guys attack the monastery?
Okay, I'm gonna say answer and cast command on him.
If he answers, what's your favorite color? I'm gonna be so mad.
I just want to get him to speak. I don't think this is gonna get us what we want immediately.
Yeah,
I
that's
just wanna
fair.
Get him to speak.
That's
Alright. So
still
what's
good.
your DC?
14
14.
wisdom.
So that's you get no response.
Hillary Barnes.
So
Self-remarking him.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, sure, why not? Still no response.
Damn it. I tried.
Oh, geez.
So it seems like whether or not he's conscious, he's either really good at faking it or like magically compelled to fake it.
Tobiashi? Yeah,
Well, wait. If he's conscious, we can go into his mind, though. We can do the thing with the worm.
You're all there wondering this, and Tobiashi, you see, probably Remu also. You see from the corner of your eye, you see Naoko just turn around, rummage through a drawer, takes a needle out. He turns the guy slightly and gently poke him with a needle in a very, very sensitive place. You immediately see the guy go.
The testicles.
Okay, well, he's definitely awake.
Now, would you consider that torture?
It
Come
was
on, guys.
brief torture.
Come
though.
on. Come
I wouldn't say
okay. All right.
That's torture.
So,
Well, if we did it
just so that
repeatedly-
you know, Naoko
Yeah.
rolled a natural 20 on the medicine check. That's why the
Oh.
guy couldn't actually go over that pain that he just caused them. So now you got your answer. You know he's awake. Now can you stop yelling in front of all the people trying to sleep?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
All right,
you.
we know he's. All right, we know he's awake. We can remove. Now let's move him someone else because we don't need the infirmary anymore.
Yeah, let's take him to the courtyard.
Where's the place we're gonna take him? Yeah, we can take him to the courtyard, I guess.
I mean, it's kind of cold
we're
outside.
We're moving him again.
Well, you know he's awake, so you have him
Do
just.
you want to walk?
Well,
Does he want to walk? It's up to him.
Yeah,
I'm
we
leaving it up to
stand
him
him
if
up-
he wants.
stand him up like
I'm
he
gonna
wants
leave
to
it up to
walk.
him if he wants to walk or not, or we can carry.
he looks at you
We know he's
for a
awake
moment.
now.
He's slowly waking up. You see it. Well, he's slowly coming out of this fake not being awake moment, and he just looks at all of you. That was a bit of a rude thing to do. Why did you do this? I've just been through a very traumatic event. I just needed a little bit of rest. Why couldn't you just let me sleep a little?
We don't got time.
We don't got time.
Why?
Because you brought
Don't.
people to attack a
No,
monastery.
Me? How did I do that?
Oh, God. Oh.
weren't you part of the? Actually, let's go with stuff we know about him. Weren't you part of the crew of the? Oh, why am I forgetting the name of your ship? Andre?
Predator.
Of the
The
Predator.
Diddy ship. Sorry. I'm
Oh
so
my.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I had to. We'll be back after this break.
That one took a second to load.
The Predator. Why? Weren't you part of the crew of the Predator?
Me? No, I was on a fishing ship. There was
likely
a storm,
story.
and we crash landed.
Well, it's with the stuff we found in your room then.
Wait, what are we doing? Audience, do the thing.
Oh, the Zone of Truth.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
We'll know if
cast
he's
Zone.
being mind controlled.
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
All right.
Actually, no. I'm gonna wait till we get him to the courtyard, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
cast Zone of Truth.
I drag him by his collar.
Why are you pulling me on
Come
me like
on.
this?
Every time he tries to walk, I kick his
Okay,
feet.
we're gonna just ignore him till we get to the courtyard. Okay, now that we're in the courtyard, I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth on him.
Why are
Okay.
you treating me like this? I have done nothing wrong.
Weren't you part of? I'm gonna ask the same question. Were you part of the crew of the Predator after casting the Zone of Truth on him?
No. I don't even know what a predator is.
Okay,
Well,
so
I mean, there is the animal, but
Yeah.
so he is being mind controlled, or something's going on with him.
Oh, so what about the stuff we found in your room with the predator symbol on it?
Does real
what
quick
did you
does
find in my room with a symbol on it?
did he save or fail the spell?
The what?
Zone
The
of
Zone of Truth.
the zone of truth. Because I believe audience gets to know if he succeeded against it.
Hold on, I'm
I
gonna.
must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie. Do you know whether each creature succeeds? Yep, I do know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw.
You get the feeling that it wasn't even hard for him to resist that.
Oh, okay.
So either he has a very high saving throw, or I rolled very high. It's one of the two.
He probably is very high. Okay. He succeeded, by the way, on my Zone of Truth.
Come on, man.
What? You think
What?
I am lying here? What have I done that would suggest that I'm lying?
Okay.
How about you willfully subject yourself to this zone of truth so you can prove to us that you're not lying?
Ooh, good call.
Then you'd be able to ask me anything.
Can you command
Well,
him
yeah,
to?
but you wouldn't have to answer.
Well,
You
Besides-
just
you
have
have a
to
point. You have a
answer
point.
honestly if you answer.
And we're not going to ask you like what color your underwear is. Like, how personal do you think we're trying to get here?
We're
Well,
just
I
trying to
don't
get
know,
some
that's the
information to
problem.
make sure the monastery is safe. You wouldn't
Well,
obviously
obviously,
if you're
it's not safe. It's been attacked.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, are you? Let's speed this up. Are you gonna willfully submit yourself to the Zone of Truth or not?
Oh, very well. If you say that I won't be penalized in any way for not answering a question, of course.
Maybe he's just gonna go ahead and start ritual casting detect magic while this is happening.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so has he now willfully submitted himself? Do I know that he has failed the save for Zone of Truth?
He has intentionally failed the save, yes.
Okay, cool. All right.
But it's odd.
So you know nothing. So
Audience?
you know nothing about.
But it's odd what you're feeling. He has
Oh, it's odd what I'm feeling.
Yeah, he has intentionally failed the save. But it's like you're having trouble touching him with that spell. He's not resisting it, but it feels like it's sliding on him.
Oh, he is. I'm gonna be honest, he's failed the save. I don't think my spell is still working on him.
Dang.
Then cast
Yeah,
it again. I have nothing to hide.
Okay, so obviously he has ways around Zone of Truth, which is not that surprising for a high-end infiltration guy, which Nasa said he was. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's not surprising. Man, I am running out of options of what we could do to this guy. Besides
hand him over to the lady who's gonna chop his arms off.
Yeah.
Ooh, how about, hey, if you don't answer our questions honestly, we'll hand you over to the lady who's gonna chop your arms off.
Now you're blackmailing me?
She's much stronger.
I wouldn't
and
call
smarter
it
than
blackmail.
If I don't-
I think that's just more of an overt threat.
If I don't answer the way you want me to answer, you're gonna give me to a person who's gonna torture me?
Yes.
What about the
Yes.
truth?
Well, yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah.
No, you just admitted if I don't tell you what you want me to tell, you're gonna torture me. How is that giving you the truth?
We're not gonna torture you. We're gonna give you to someone who we think has a better chance of getting the truth than we are.
How is that better? He looks at you, Auden. How is that better? I thought people like you were against such things.
I don't know. I've had a tough day.
He wouldn't be handing you over. I would be. Anyways, the main. Okay, I have a question for you.
For being simple math, if I feel like I can protect more lives by turning you over than I can by protecting your own life, sometimes sacrifices have to be made.
We have a couple options here. We could do surgery on you, which is very risky. You could answer us truthfully, which we know won't happen because you have a magic item in your chest. Or number 3, we give you to Naisha, and we have no idea what she's going to do. Also, you might want to attune to that ring on your finger.
You put a ring on me? He tries to remove it. He immediately tries to remove it. What did you do? Why won't it come off?
Hey!
I don't know. It's
like
not our
working.
ring.
Why are you doing this?
All right, this is... Do we tell him everything or no?
I mean, we don't have to tell him anything.
What do you tell him?
Why do we have to tell him anything? He
Well, no,
knows
I
everything.
mean, like, he came to this place, and then, I don't know, out of nowhere, when the monastery gets attacked, he's running away.
Also, didn't he, when he first showed up, didn't you hear from the monastery? Didn't he say he was from the Predator and then it crashed?
Yeah, I thought
think.
so.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like obvious that he's lying.
Well, he had the symbol of the Predator on his clothes, but everyone thought he was from a fishing boat.
So to put record straight, he said he was from a fishing boat, and
said he
they
was from
found on his clothes something that points back to the emblem of the Predator. But they were never able to get any information out of that.
All right, let's finish exhausting
Okay.
our options. Fisher, why don't you break into his mind, and then we'll see if anything comes from that. If nothing comes from that, then we'll go from there.
Should we make him unconscious first?
Would it be helpful to make him unconscious?
I don't think so. I think rooting around in an unconscious mind is really trippy and hard to understand.
Okay, he can be conscious then.
Also, I mean, we can try it, but I don't know how much more effective it's going to be than your attempt was.
Who knows? Maybe you could see what the barrier looks like from in his mind. At least what's making him not tell the truth.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think your child might know more about magic than any of us. So So Terry might be able to give us more information about what's going on, even if he attempts and fails.
I mean, kind of, but Terry also doesn't know what's going on.
We could also bring him to Nace and just be like, hey, please don't torture him.
And for everyone who wants to keep a good conscience, I could hand him over. It wouldn't be
I
your
mean,
guys'
we could
fault.
just be like, we could just stand in the room with her and be like, hey, we're going to hang out, but we need your help because you're better and smarter about magic than we are.
You're level 20.
You're yes, but not metagaming. You're like a much more stronger elf who's knows a lot more about stuff than we do.
That's a good point.
I mean, my pride is not on the line here. I'd rather find out what's going on and help the monastery than like not ask her for help, as long as she's not actively like torturing him.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to exhaust the option first of delving into his mind, we can do that.
I mean, I feel like we might as well.
This is what I mean by what you're saying. What you're asking is ridiculous. You want me to tell the truth, but if I don't answer to it exactly how you want me to answer, you think I'm telling a lie.
I think at this point we just ignore what he says and just do what we want.
Yeah, I'm done listening to him.
Yeah, let's just kind of ignore what he's saying. And
Yeah, I wrap some silk around his mouth.
All right.
I'm gonna go hold him still, so he can't.
Uh-huh.
Toby, can you help me restrain him with some silk?
Yeah, I'll restrain him too.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Grapple check.
You
If he's gonna try to fight.
I don't know if that'd be advantage since I'm helping you, because we're both trying to grapple him.
he lets you do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, then I furthered the grapple too.
All right, now he's restrained.
All right.
All right, let's go see if this works, even though I don't think it will.
So I guess just out of curiosity, assuming that Raimi had enough time, like, does the contingency still seem to be active, or rather, is the evocation magic still seem to be active in his body?
Yep. Hasn't gone off.
Okay, hasn't triggered.
Okay. Let's see.
Or at least that one hasn't triggered.
Let's see if his mind is open to us.
All right. You present your worm to him.
Can I attempt to do it in a way where I don't present my work?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Unless he has X-ray vision, if you just put Terry behind a piece of cloth, he's not gonna know what's behind it, and Terry can easily see through a thin piece of cloth, especially Tobiashi's silk.
Because he might think it's an item that we're using.
It's my hat. That's what I'm using, the block. His vision. It's very visually distracting, so it should work well.
You poke a hole into your hat so that his scanner can get through, and then you just put him inside the hat, put him back on your head, and stare at the guy. All right. Wow, you've all been talking a lot. All right. So, all right, yeah, okay. I have to Terry. All right. It's his. Okay. And it's Oh yeah. Oh, that's a problem. Terry doesn't have that. All right. Insight is
Insight is wisdom.
wisdom. Oh, he's still good. All right. All right. Terry takes a moment. He looks at them carefully. Terry writes you in stars. His thought keeps dwelling on what are you all going to do? He feels unjustly persecuted. Maybe you'd like to reorient the conversation, which is weird a bit from the other perspective because you keep having stars showing right up in your face. Maybe you'd like to reorient the conversation somewhere else.
This image was found on some of your clothing. Do you recognize it? I guess minor illusion, the emblem bird.
Okay. He looks at it. Well, yes, of course I recognize it. It's
I take the silk off his mouth.
good idea.
Yeah.
So it goes, thank you. Yes, of course I recognize it. It's one of the ship that's been plaguing the oceans. They've been taking people left and right, abducting them. I was captured by them for a while. Do you mean this is the people you are asking about? Look, they even branded me. And he shows the mark that you found on his body. Fisher,
Why was he pretending to be asleep?
Do
if he was
I-
innocent?
From what I remember, was branding people like victims a thing when I was there?
usually someone was branded when he was accepted in the group.
Okay.
Essentially, if they were convinced,
So it's like an initiation.
it's the
thing.
end of the initiation.
Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, so you are a part of them then.
No, I left this horrible place.
So you were a part of them then.
Forcibly. Fisher, you see in front of you, Terry tells you something odd, and that's because it's exactly the best scenario that could possibly happen. Your enemy rolled a natural 1, Terry rolled a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Terry says it's difficult. But I hear two voices inside of him right now. Both from him. He is practiced in this. He can hide his thought from someone like me. But I heard it, a faint whisper. He is part of their group. Willingly.
Oh shit, you got two brains in there.
What?
Not literally, but figuratively.
You're a trained assassin, A train.
Yeah, so
Okay, sorry.
he's done
You're not
some
wrong.
weird kind of training where he's able to. It seems like he's able to split his mind
All
and
right.
or personality.
I feel a little bit bad because Remy just stepped away, but he would be the one that would be able to answer that question. So,
Break?
yeah, sure. While we wait for him to come back, sure, why not? Let's go on the break.
Also, do we want
It's
to
break time.
accept? Do we want to accept the fact that this guy's above our pay grade and bring him to our bard? Or do we not?
We will.
All right.
I've said
Eventually.
this since the beginning.
Yeah, but we had to attempt our own things first. That's what learning is all about.
The only way you could have heard those two mine is if he rolled a natural 20, and if Terry rolled a natural 20, and if he rolled a natural 1, because the result would have been exactly the DC that Terry would have needed to succeed in hearing that double speech in his mind.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Proud daddy moment.
All right, we're gonna go on a break, and hopefully Remy will be back by the time we finish our break. Here's the break. See you in 15 minutes. Bye. Hello, and we're back. Well, most of us are.
And at least a couple of us have back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, we can argue against it for Tobiashi because technically he doesn't have any bones left, so. I think
So what happened?
No, we're talking about backs. Said that Tobiashi doesn't have a
Oh.
back anymore. Because technically he doesn't have bones anymore.
But at the same time, you can also make it seem like you have as much back as you want. So
Room.
Alright.
I suck in my arms and legs and just become all back.
well, whatever you do, don't throw it out.
Oh my god, best disguise. If we're ever in a cavern and we're being looking for, I could just turn into a blob. And they'll just think that I'm a slime, like a blob of
And
slime.
then everyone attacks you?
Yeah. Like, oh my god.
I'm not sure how good of a disguise that it'll be. Usually you want a disguise that's going to scare people away, but, you know,
Just look like a big Pac-Man. Walk up.
that would be scary for minors. Alright, well, I was hoping Fisher would be back, but he's probably in the bathroom. He really should go to the bathroom before the stream. I know, we can't always control it.
Don't want a soilet, gotta go to toilet.
Alright, where were we? So Fisher... Was Fisher the one talking at the moment?
No, I think you were debating on whether you are going to get her to Nisa or not. But Terry had just informed Fisher that he could see two minds, and Fisher said, not two minds, but two thoughts in his mind. One saying one thing and the other one saying another. And he could identify which one was the real one, but it was extremely hard for him. So Fisher revealed that, and he ended because, aha, Fisher, you're back.
Alright.
Alright.
Fisher, what did you want to do before we bring him to the bard? What else do you want to do?
Well, I believe you were telling everyone what Terry was telling you.
Yeah. He has either through training or magic or something found a way to, it seems, effectively give himself two identities.
So, Remy, I would have you roll intelligence roll, and I'm going to give you proficiency because it is rogue related.
Do I have to know he's doing it for guidance?
Yes.
Boo.
Well, you see Remy becoming very
Pensive.
exactly.
Well, interestingly, because I'm making an ability check with my proficiency bonus,
Okay.
doesn't that mean my reliable talent applies?
Yes, of course. It's intelligence. So, yeah.
Though, mind you, that only guarantees me an 18. Is an 18 enough to succeed?
uh, I'd say yes, because it's not something that is hidden from anyone, so it can be common knowledge. And 18 would be enough if it's common knowledge. Because of that, Remy, you can guess one thing about him, or at least heavily suspect something. He is a... No.
Oh,
I think you know what I'm...
I think, yeah.
I just sent it to you. Tell me if it's what you had in mind.
Okay, yeah. How would Raimi try to describe this?
Most likely, you would have come across someone like this while you were delivering probably a piece of rare animal to nobility. Like, I don't know, the tusk of a magical creature or something like this.
So,
It would either have been someone in a room where you were, or literally someone that your guild dealt with.
yeah. Like, Raimi would look to everybody. Like, how would he possibly communicate this?
I don't know.
Raimi is going to. Well, I mean, I guess maybe he'll start with a classic to see, like, maybe if association helps. Like Raimi kind of like points to him and kind of like makes this kind of like motion in face.
He's a rogue. He's a thief. Playing trades.
Makes a so-so motion.
He's a conniving little bugger.
He's an assassin. I don't know what.
Like, Raimi makes a so-so motion with Fisher and then makes an X with audience.
He's not an assassin.
Shakes his head.
Of course I'm not an assassin. What? Who are you taking me for?
Toby, can you cover the guy's mouth again?
The idiots are talking. We're working our way through.
Yeah, give us a second. We need some peace and quiet. Okay, not an assassin, kind of a rogue, kind of a two minds. He's split personality.
Shakes his head.
but on purpose.
Although above table, I don't actually know if Kalishtar exists in your world, but that's a whole other thing, though.
What would audience?
I think
He's a shape changer. I don't know.
Shakes his head.
No. Okay.
Okay. I can't believe I'm going to do this here. But Raimi is going to play charades.
I was gonna say do an interpretive dance, so I was only kind of wrong.
All right, so Raimi holds up 2 talons.
2
Okay.
words.
2 words.
First word.
One.
1 letter.
Raimi. Raimi
Trisha was
makes
never a child. He hasn't played this game.
It's like
Oh no, this
Raimi-
means audience Jorg and Tobiyashi are everyone's hope. Damn it.
Raimi minor illusions. A man whipping another person.
He's a slave.
He does the flip flop motion.
He's a slave master.
Like makes a chopping motion.
Master.
Taps his beak.
He's a master.
Then
2 words.
Second word.
Second
A
word.
master's slave.
and then he points to his head.
He is a mastermind.
Taps his beak.
Nice.
Oh, he's a master and a slave. I got it.
No, Toby.
No, Toby. We've got past that
yeah,
point.
good job, Toby. You can.
I knew it.
No
You
matter,
did it.
look, no matter how many times you
So
wash
he's-
that, it's never gonna get clean.
So he's a mastermind?
Yeah, he's a master.
He's Moon Knight.
What?
Basically, he's saying, I don't think we're going to beat him and breaking into his mind.
So for people watching,
Okay.
if there are actually people watching right now, what Remy is hinting into, that which is very close to what they're saying, is that their query is a rogue with the archetype mastermind, which at high level have the ability to simply shrug off attempt to read his mind, to force the truth out. They can even deceive someone who goes inside of their mind and tries to hear the truth, but at the cost of a roll, which is why Terry heard 2 speech at the same time. He heard
Got
the
it.
truth and what he was saying.
Uh-huh.
So how do we tackle a rogue mastermind?
Take him
Especially
to a
since
master
he
bard.
also would have reliable talent, meaning that he probably has expertise and a maxed out charisma, meaning that he cannot roll lower than, I think, a 28?
28?
No, excuse me, 27.
Oh, 27.
Assuming that he
I
has a
already
maxed
did
out
have to
charisma,
roll
but
a
maybe he
nat
doesn't.
20
We should
to
say.
get it. So
Got it. So what I'm hearing is we're bringing him to Nature's.
Yeah.
yeah, I
He
think
said
this
she's
might
dealt
be
with this before, so
above.
Above our pay grade.
Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that.
I don't think
what
we
were
have
we
any
supposed to do if Naisha never came? My God.
cry. Kill him. Murder him and hope for the best.
Figure something else out.
Mm. All right, let's take him. I start dragging him.
All right, so you drag a poor mumbling guy through the corridors.
He's not a poor mumbling guy. We know what he is. He can drop the act.
I know what you are.
It's not an act. It's so good he's convinced himself. That's why it works.
He's a method actor.
He deceived even himself.
Yeah, every day. All
Alright, we're gonna go drag him to Naisha, I guess.
right. So,
See, I knew we'd fail. How's that?
God damn it, Toby.
Hey, we found some stuff out.
We
It
found
might
some
be
stuff
stuff
out.
she already know, but we found some stuff.
As soon as I walk in Aisha's door, I said, "See, we're back."
I will say just above table, in fairness, I am personally glad that we as a party did decide to take the ethical route. Because actually, just side note, I'm usually not big on like the whole torture a man until he speaks method, just in general.
It's
So
Well, it's also a
in
We'll
bad.
also
life,
tend to
it is
Go there
less
real fast in D&D.
Yeah, and in real life, it's less reliable than
We don't
not
gotta actually
torturing
act it
people.
out.
Like the information you get tends to be worse than if you didn't torture them at all,
You're all assuming
It's like
that
a
it's,
sex
because they
scene.
just
Cut
say
the
what they
fuck.
want.
you're all
you
assuming
think
that
you
she's
want
gonna
to hear.
torture him until he tells the truth.
She's a bard.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think she
I mean,
is.
I'm not
Well, also, if
assuming
he's
that.
a
I'm
rogue
assuming she's just going to torture him because she wants to.
Also a possibility.
Also a possibility. He is a rogue mastermind though, so we don't have options.
Yeah.
Hey,
At our
Aisha, how you doing? Hey, the ring won't come off his finger.
I know.
I should have put it on.
Also, we figured out he's a rogue mastermind, which means his abilities are beyond our level because we cannot break into his mind.
Yes, well,
You already know that
well,
specifically, or did you just have like a vague idea?
as I have already told Tobiyashi, someone really hates him.
It's you.
Yeah,
isn't
someone
it?
hates me. Well, half of these people here
Oh,
hate me.
hates him.
It's
I think it meant hates the guy that the mastermind.
I think they
guy.
might hate me because I escaped, or we kind of like fucked up one of their main guys and everything.
Well, you didn't escape. The other you escaped.
Basically
That's
me.
so mean.
That seems like
That's
a
quite-
unnecessary.
I
and
live
just, like,
the same
rude
thing as him,
distinction.
okay?
No, you didn't. The whole point is you don't have the trauma.
I still have the memories. It's like I felt the pain. Well, I know what it felt like.
Damn.
Doesn't work both ways, Toby. We don't feel sorry for you at the same
That,
time.
that was
I
such a
mean-
bad roast. I think Tobiyashi took fire damage.
I'm melting.
actually, I made that exact joke in the last
The other
session
one, yeah.
Damn.
of my game, not this game.
Yeah.
I suddenly gained a level in bar just to roll a vicious mockery. Neji just looks at me like, where did that come from?
Yeah. You suddenly learn vicious mockery. Oh, okay. So, Lisa looks at all of you. Yes, of course I knew everything he was. I told you I've come across them before. So tell me, how far into the contingency chain have you gotten to?
I'll give.
No idea about actually, unless it's part of the contingency chain. But
Just give a rundown of what we did.
yeah, he's got this dual personality thing going on that's letting him trick.
No, he's just really well
Alright.
trained.
I'll give a rundown of
Yeah.
every spell we've cast and everything we've attempted since having him in our possession.
All right.
That's it.
Then hopefully not too far.
I do have a question. Did you think the surgery would have worked, or?
Well, no, that would have been something that would have led to something that could have compromised him. The first chain would have been activated. All right, well, the first thing we have to do is... He looks at you. She looks at you, Remy. How about you do the honor? Strip him.
Yay! It's like the noise you get when you get a headshot on a grunt in Halo.
Alright, well, I'm useless here, so you guys figure this out. I'm gonna be audience is just gonna like leave. I'm gonna go do other more useful things while you guys do this.
Yes, of course, of course.
And also, that
yeah,
my
make sure
morals
the
aren't
guard-
gonna be compromised.
I was gonna say make sure the guards are standing at each entrance like they were supposed to.
Dorg, you want to come
Lying
with
to
me?
themselves.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay, cool. You guys, you kids have fun.
For some reason, like the minute that somebody talked about like a man stripping naked, it's just like, well, look at the time.
Look at oh god, my watch.
Time
Watch.
to get to like the old dusty trail.
Listen, I tried to be a good cop for him. He didn't let me. That's on him. That's
Yeah.
not on me.
I want to watch.
Generally, there is though when you're doing good cop, bad cop to go like back and forth. It's not like good cop, and then they don't
Good
even
cop,
get
good
to
cop.
see what the bad cop is before like you just leave them to the bad cop.
No, we told him. We let him know. We were like, hey, we got someone who's gonna be better at this.
It was like a police officer did an interrogation and just dropped him off with Batman.
Yeah,
I was like, there you go.
he didn't tell me anything.
He didn't tell. Yeah, here you go. You deal with them.
All right, I'm gonna go do other things. I don't know.
All right. So, Remy, do you remove everything or do you leave
Oh, let me take off his
at
silk first. But
something decent on him?
Well, no, the thing is, like, we actually have to strip him all the way down, and I also need to make sure that he bends down and coughs.
yeah. I take the silk off
It's
of him,
standard
so it's
road
not
procedure.
restraining.
Because if he leaves any article of clothing on, that just means like one extra place where something could have been hidden.
All right. Well, as you're removing his clothes, you do notice that there is a small, very delicate ring on his pinky toe.
Like tilts his head. Like then I guess like looks up and points it out to Nisha.
Right.
Should I be worried?
I don't know, but you sure made my job a lot harder. Keep going.
Oh. Maybe Nisha swings that way, and that's why this is so much harder.
Well then.
But yeah, strip him. It's like make him bend down and cough.
Nisa look at you with a smile, Remy. She says, well, you do seem very comfortable doing this. That's always nice to know people have hobbies. And she gives you a wink. Now then.
Tobiash in the corner eating popcorn. Or, I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
himself.
I got nothing against nudity. I mean, everyone here takes a bath together.
Suddenly, Fisher looks outside the windows and, I walked in that pool over there.
Fisher learning so much about human anatomy that he didn't know before.
All right. Well, at least now I know that you've only gone one step into the contingency chain. That's mildly reassuring. It would have made my job so much easier if you had brought him to me while he was unconscious. All right. Well, she turns around, she goes to a desk. You hear her say, please, mister, sit down. It would most probably be more comfortable. May I give you something to drink? The rogue answers, I'm not thirsty. Thank you. Oh, please, I insist. No, I don't want anything. Why don't you give it to him? He points toward you, Tobiashi. Well, if it's going to reassure you.
I'll drink it.
She goes to you, Tobiashi. She gives you the glass, not the glass, the mug in which it's been poured in, and she looks at you for briefly and she says, "Drink it slowly, and don't let yourself be tempted into telling a lie."
Okay. I drink it
All right.
slowly.
Don't drink it all.
What's it taste like?
Tastes like water, but there's a weird earthy taste in it.
I rolled a natural one. Hmm.
What would it be considered? No, okay. Don't drink it all. Leave
Okay.
some for our guest. At least now he knows that the drink is safe.
It tastes kind of like tea.
See, everything is perfectly fine. And she puts the mug in front of him. Now then, please tell me more about you. Why? What is this torture? Why are you bringing me in front of a elven woman? Why did you strip me? What's happening here? And she just looks at him for a while. She looks at the mug. She looks at him. You're being very rude. He looks at you, Tobiashi. Are you feeling anything?
No, I just feel like myself. Tasted pretty good. Nothing really, just kind of quenched my thirst. Well, I don't really get thirsty that much anyways. I always have like this orange zesty taste in my mouth. It brings like this whole new palate to tasting things, but other than that,
Well, she said don't tell a lie, so tell a lie. I want to be sure that whatever this is isn't something that's triggered by a word or something you might know.
oh, can I tell a lie? What is it? It's not taking effect on me, right? Whatever it is.
Well, it's really up to you to know what this is going to be. He doesn't know you all that well, so you can either tell a straight lie, you can try a half truth, or you can just tell the truth.
I think this
and
is
say a
easier
lie.
for me because I'm not the actual me. So, uh, I'll just be like, well, I never personally grew up at this monastery.
He waits for a moment. He looks at you very attentively. Make a persuasion roll.
Persuasion
Because
roll.
technically it's not wrong.
Of my persuasion. Oh, straight 12.
Okay. Well, that's obviously not exact. He looks confused for a moment. He looks at Nisa, he looks at you, he looks at Remy and Fisher. Why can't they drink it? Now come on, be a good sport. You have the answer. Look, if he's not telling the truth, something would have happened, don't you think?
Yeah, you are being really rude. Who doesn't take a drink when a girl offers them one?
Girls are kind of moving the goalposts. I think that's what they call it.
What? Is that like that soccer thing they talk about?
What?
No, sorry.
Ah, well, fine then.
Another island change. They call it football.
Well then, you really decided to make this a lot harder. Now, how can we make sure that you understand the predicament you're in? He looks at all of you. See, I told you, you're just, if I tell the truth, you're just gonna think I'm telling a lie. But I'm not telling a lie. I don't know what you're accusing me of, and I have no idea. And suddenly, Neisa starts whistling a very gentle tune. For all of you, however, it sounds weird. There's this dissonant note. You're not sure how she's doing this. When you're whistling, you're not supposed to be really able to do this because dissonant note means there's two notes being played at the same time, but she's managing it, and it just sounds weird in your mind. But immediately you realize that the guy is reacting as if he's having a seizure. The moment she stops, you just go, what the? As a spell, it was a variation of dissonant whisper. Now then, we just need to go on. Maybe you could leave this to me for a little bit of time. She looks at you, Tobiashi. She looks at you, Fisher. She looks at you, Remy, for a while. Maybe you should go get our guest some fresh water. Something he might be confident about. Here. And she pours out the mug and gives you the mug. Go get some water from the monastery well. Please.
And I really want to watch. I want to see you stab him. I'll turn around and start walking out.
She was asking Remy.
Oh. I thought she was asking all of us to leave.
Well, she suggested it, but she's asking Remy to go get him some fresh water.
Just Raimi shrugs, grabs the mug, and starts walking out.
All right.
Although part of me wants to insight to wonder if she actually means that sincerely, or
Go ahead, make an insight roll.
21.
21. You get the feeling that she wants to make sure that you leave the room before Tobiashi and Fisher.
All right, then Raimi quickens his pace to make sure of that.
All right. Don't have too much fun without me, though. I walk away.
Oh, don't worry. This part is probably the most unpleasant part.
Damn.
She looks toward you, Fisher, and she looks toward your hat. And she glares at your hat for a brief moment. Then
Not a fashion lover, I see.
she lets you leave.
I would prefer to stay if I'm not going to interfere if that's what you're worried about. But
Now
if it's
she-
like a you don't want to be interrupted thing, then I'll stay. If it's like I can't be here for whatever you need to do, then
No,
I'll
no,
go.
don't worry about it. And she looks at your hat while saying this. I just want you to make sure that you listen to that headache you have.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably better in silence.
Right. Can I do an insight check?
All right, go ahead.
17?
17. Okay. You're getting the impression that she left a message for Terry and she wants you to talk to Terry to get the message, but she doesn't want to say it out loud.
Okay. I was like, it's something about Terry. All right. I will. Yeah, I'll step out real quick. Take care of that.
All right.
And step out. And then once I'm out of line of sight, stars.
Terry tells you she's a bit pissed off because you made her job more difficult. If he'd been unconscious, she would have simply had to make him drink while he was unconscious, but now she's got to make him thirsty. And that's usually painful.
Hmm. Fisher doesn't understand enough about hydration to know anything about how that would work.
Well, then that's fortunately Tobiyashi is not far from where you are because he's just waiting next to the door, hoping that Nasa will let him enter the room again. And he knows more about anatomy.
Mm.
I think he has medicine.
Pretty good medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good
How
medicine.
do you make somebody thirsty?
Oh, Tobiyashi, you know that you can make someone thirsty one of two ways. Either you dehydrate him, or you make him bleed enough that the body starts asking for liquid to replenish the blood.
Yeah. So there's a couple different ways. You could, like, do the bloodletting trick. They lose a lot of blood, they get thirsty, lose electrolytes, lose.
Is that why you guys need to drink water?
Yeah, we're like 98%
70,
water.
70. You're not a
70%?
70.
No, Toby
70%
would say
water.
90.
Toby's 98.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
98% water.
That's fair. That's
Sorry,
fair.
wait,
Toby
no,
is
the other me,
98%
sorry.
liquid and 2%
70.
orange.
Yeah, 70%. Humans are 70% water, and either that, he could sit there for a long time without water, you'd get thirsty, and then drinking. If you drink too much,
No, she's. Yeah, all right.
Basically,
So
what
she's
she
just
said is
gonna bleed him out a bit.
if you'd brought him right from the start, she wouldn't have had to torture him.
Nice.
What if she just makes him unconscious?
I really want to hear it.
Drink?
If she'd said that, we would have given it to her. But she was all mysterious. And
Well, here's the
thinking
thing
about
also.
I think she wanted to torture him. Oh, I guess I'm not there, am I?
You can tell me about it, Jorg.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What are your feelings, Jorg?
I'm just saying she could just knock him out if she can make him drink while he's unconscious. She could just knock him out. To like,
Listen,
Doing
I don't know
something
why
weird.
she just didn't tell us he was a rogue mastermind from the start. I would have just given him to her. But bards, man, just
Yeah.
just always got to beat around the bush.
Fisher.
And for that reason, none of them will beat around his bush.
Terry.
I was setting up for a joke there, by the way, with that.
Audience doesn't have body hair.
That is true.
Fisher, Terry would have also told you that it was part of Nasa's thought. She can't hide it easily. She really doesn't trust audience and now Jorg. She's not sure about Remy.
All right.
you kind of only trust us.
She didn't have any, at least Terry didn't pick up any thoughts about this. Either she feels neutral toward Tobiashi and you, Fisher, or she trusts you. But she doesn't trust the.
At the very least,
Yeah.
she knows we're not sheep. All right. Well,
I've never had something affect me like this now. I usually don't get drunk, but
yeah, what's going
I don't
on?
it's
What's
hard
it
to
doing?
lie. Well, I didn't technically lie. I told the truth, but it wasn't me who lived here.
Yeah.
But I guess you could pick up on it.
Was
I
it
just feel
like, were you just not able to, or did she say like don't, and so you're like, I don't want to test it and didn't?
I don't know. I could try it. See what happens.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Didn't she say don't try it?
I want to try it.
I'm telling you, I don't know if that's a good idea.
I guess. But yeah, that was kind of my thought process. Something bad might happen if I lie. Who knows? Try.
Yeah, I think something bad will definitely happen if you lie. I think that's kind of the point.
But like, we'll never know unless I. All right. I don't have a right hand.
What?
I don't have a right hand.
Technically,
What do you
it's
mean?
not wrong. You're a slime.
Oh,
Wow. Nothing happened.
You have what's called a pseudopod.
yeah, but you're like a puddle,
Shaped
so
like a hand.
My blood doesn't taste like citrus.
You don't have.
Yeah,
Is
it ended
that-
with a question
you have
mark.
blood? Or is that just more ooze?
Do I even know what I am? Okay. It's hard for me to lie when I don't know. All right, how about this?
Is the sky blue?
What time is it?
It's about
During the day when it's not cloudy.
No.
all right. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
All right, here we go.
Toby dies.
Oh no!
Instantly.
Oh no!
All right, I rolled an 11.
Draken gave them a diuretic. Every time that they lie, they're gonna shit.
Just everywhere.
She's
That would
not
be
a
a
druid.
laxative.
If she had
A
been a
diuretic
druid,
would mean he
yes, I
piss
would have.
himself.
No, yeah, it's an 11.
11. You feel this contraction inside of your stomach. It's painful, as if you just were racked with cramps that were just pulling you apart from the inside. And suddenly you feel compelled to.
Take it down.
You just spat out 6 hit point worth of blood.
Oh, my ooze.
Which in your case is just reabsorbed in your body because it's your ooze.
Yeah.
Just lick it
You
back
just
up.
see it puddle. Oh, it's blue. It's blue. It's blue.
Gross.
No, yeah, I felt like you don't know what that feels like. God damn it.
Throwing up? I believe
No.
I've thrown up.
You know,
It was
it was
not
like
a great experience.
it was like stomach cramps, and like it felt like my whole center mass was like crushing in on itself.
Kinda.
Well, that's the best I
It
could
was
do.
one time.
This one time when I was giving birth to Tara.
No, actually, that time I mostly just blacked out.
Oh, okay.
No,
good.
it was when pretty early on at the garden,
Oh,
and I just tried all the food at the same time, and
that makes sense.
there's some space inside of me so that I can like effectively use like potions and stuff. There's not enough space inside me.
Okay.
So yeah,
I guess you
But
could
so
relate that.
not a great experience then.
Not a great experience yet.
Alright.
I felt like I would have thrown up blood if I was still a human.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Well, now we know. I wonder if Jorg can make that.
Maybe.
All right.
Is that it? I feel
Think
like
so.
there'd be more. You know?
I wait for a second. Look
Well,
around.
Tobiashi, because you know so much about anatomy, there is one thing that would come to your mind. In your case, it feels not too bad because whatever you throw up just comes back. That's a problem if you eat something that's making you throw up because you just reabsorbed it and you just come out and you've been stuck in that cycle before.
Yeah.
But for a human, humans have a very limited quantity of blood they can lose before they die. So actually,
Hmm.
all of you except Tobiashi has a very limited amount of blood that you can lose before you lose consciousness and then you die.
Yeah, no, for him that's gonna be hell. It's gonna felt like he threw up his stomach
And then the more blood he loses,
every time he,
the the weaker he's gonna get. Huh.
the more thirsty he's gonna get.
I guess that's the regeneration ring for.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so she could just ask him so many questions. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At least for me.
Like, tell me your life story.
So it
Well-
all started when my other me ate too much. I'm kidding.
So my mom got a little tipsy one night and decided to make the worst mistake of her life: sleep with her husband.
Yeah, I don't know who my mom and dad are.
He's not throwing up. That's true.
I was gonna say same, but we kind of figured that out. So
Yeah. Well, didn't you like technically have two dads who made you, or was it just one dad?
I think technically it was two.
A gnome and a dwarf.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And a gnome and a dwarf love each other very much.
They make machine babies.
Makes ancient machines. Alright, so
And then I think it was a gnome and a dragonborn that technically my adopted parents, because they're the ones who found me in the water and rebuilt me.
Oh.
So when a gnome and a dragonborn love each other very much,
so all you need is a gnome
Anyway.
and get it to go do with audience, and then you get more machines. You get
Yep,
more repaired
that's
machines.
That's how that works.
So now we know how Tenetran 1 repaired the Transformers.
I still have to take you guys to my secret cave.
Cool.
You see
I
Remy.
have a bunch of stuff hidden there.
You see Remy coming back at that moment with mug full of fresh water from the well.
Well, I'm hoping it's a secret cave. I think the master knew a lot of secret places, so that's kind of where I stole my scrolls from. And I have a pan flute there and a couple knickknacks. Oh, hey,
Okay.
Remy.
hand waves. It starts whistling along.
I let Remy walk in first so I could walk in after him.
All right.
Just like to watch.
You just like.
You already did.
All right.
I want to watch. I want to watch.
One thing you sort of realize, Remy, as you're entering the room, damn, that room is a bit warmer than the rest of the corridors that you've been to. It's sort of weird because the window is not barred in any way, so it's not supposed to be hotter in the year than outside. But immediately you see the guy looking at you with distress in his eyes. Are you just gonna let all of that happen? She's gone completely mad. She just keeps accusing me of things. Get her
Like
out.
Tilts his head. I think. You know what? This is like he's been contemplating this recently. It's like he says something in Elvish.
Okay, well, she understands it really well.
Just says, "Just do as you're told."
You addressing that to Neisa or to the rogue?
The rogue.
Okay.
Oh, it'd be creepy. I say the same thing in Elvish.
um, what's your passive insight, Remy?
His passive insight is it's the same. 21.
21. All right.
I can't roll lower than 21.
All right. When you say this, are you paying attention to whatever reaction he might have?
I feel like in a situation with a rogue, like he has to pay attention to everything just in case he tries something.
Okay. So,
or something around him tries something.
You can roll insight if you want, as you say this.
Only slightly higher, 23.
Okay. You detect for a brief moment, it doesn't last, but for a brief moment, you think you see in his eyes a bit of despair as you say this. It lasts half a second, and then he goes back to his normal self, you could say. You're just like all of them. You're gonna let her do horrible things to an innocent. Are you really gonna be able to live with that?
The boy's seen some shit.
The answer he gives is a bit weird. As if he knew something about you. Because what he answers is, so you're just as bad as all of them. I guess you haven't learned anything from your past.
Raimi closes his eyes, takes a deep breath. Gone fishing.
He doesn't answer to it. He just lets you go. But that felt targeted. But also, you know that mastermind are very good at deducing things. They can pick up things with incredibly subtle hints of how you walk, how you answer to something, the reaction you might have had toward the idea of him being tortured. He could have just picked things up like this. It's in the realm of possibilities for someone like him. But he could also know something about you. It's hard to tell in this circumstance.
Which is why he responded with "gone fishing."
So you leave the room, and of course, the moment you leave the room, you sort of feel that wow, it really is warm in this room. That's how is she doing that? I'm not sure, but it is warm.
She's just that hot.
Always. During the next hour, you do hear a few moments where he screams out. It never lasts. It's not like you're hearing someone screaming out in pain from being tortured or eviscerated. It's just one scream, then it stops. It's a visceral scream, however, but it stops. Maybe half an hour later, you hear another one. Then another one. After 3 hours, you see her come out this room. She is as composed as ever. And of course, elves have a slightly higher tolerance to hot and cold than humans. So even though the room felt like a sauna, she's not even sweating. I guess we need to let him wait just a little bit more. Is Remy still there next to the door?
He is.
Remy, that water was so refreshing.
She went for psychological torture.
We need to let him cool off just a little bit. I think the evening meal is about to be ready, if I'm not mistaken. Would you care to join me?
Remy gives a thumbs up, or talons up.
You can go and get your friends if you want.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they feel very left out.
I've been. I could eat. I mean, well, I'm always hungry.
I won't, but I'll hang out.
Audience and Jorg, during those 3 hours, what did you do? It's surprisingly quiet, with only a few screams heard at a few moments, but you know, for a torture session, it was pretty quiet.
Nothing of too much import. I would have used the time to go, just double check the tunnel entrances, make sure that nothing was being triggered that would potentially cause a response from something that we hadn't noticed before.
Okay.
Just kind of doing a general, probably use the time to take a walk of pretty much the whole outskirts of the temple, maybe gone down the hill to check in with the watch guard down there, just made sure nothing unusual was happening. Made sure that nothing that we had been doing with potentially getting closer to figuring out this guy's information was triggering any responses.
Okay. What about Jorg? Do you just follow audience or do you do your own thing?
Uh, yeah, I'd follow audience around and just like try not to think about what was happening in there and my involvement in it. But the fact that I didn't hear too much screaming made me feel better.
I mean, the few screams you heard, and if you are going to exploring the ground, you're probably just going to hear one or two of them because it takes an hour to go down the all the way down to down the mountain, and then an hour to come back up. So you're probably just gonna have heard one or two. Yeah, it's surprisingly quiet for a torture session. Usually people just screams their lungs out until they pass out, and then someone does something and they are just thrown back inside of this. But that was quiet. Actually, the scream you heard felt more like sheer terror than pain scream.
Mm-hmm.
She's just spooking him.
I would talk to Jorg. Oh, I would actually talk to Jorg. I would talk to Jorg about how I'm worried about how her mistrust of me and potentially the party through me is going to endanger the whole mission because of the fact that she's withholding information from us and forcing us to waste time and resources that we wouldn't have to otherwise.
Yeah.
I would talk to Jorg about that.
Yeah, what caused her mistrust in the first place? Do you know?
So she blames potentially rightfully, I can't speak on that yet, but she blames the hunter, not the hunter cult, sorry. She blames my religion for the death of did you ever meet what was his name? I have it in my notes.
Corinth.
Corinth.
Yes.
Yeah, Corinth.
Oh yeah, I knew him.
Yeah, Corinth. So Corinth died of old age. I think now we're realizing it was through the poison he died. He was a long time friend and basically her adventuring companion. And so because she blames my religion for that, and I'm part of that religion, she doesn't trust me or believe me. And I'm not saying she doesn't have a right to that, because it's fair. Her friend was potentially killed, but it is potentially also endangering the current mission we have and has the chance to cost more lives because she doesn't trust me. And I'm trying to think about how... I'm not exactly sure how I can make the situation better with her at the moment, because I think it's too fresh, but it does worry me, because I wish there was some way I could convince her to set aside her feelings towards me personally, to at least give the rest of the party information that we might be lacking so as to not endanger the mission or more people.
Yeah. And I feel like her mistrust of you is what caused my mistrust in her.
Well, it would have just been far simpler if she had the information that he was a rogue mastermind. Because it sounds like, honestly, she might not have even had to torture him as bad if we'd given him to her initially.
Yeah, but she didn't tell us she wasn't going to torture him.
But you didn't tell us, probably due to a mistrust of me and not wanting to give me any information. So again, that's the kind of stuff that worries me, because we wasted valuable time and resources trying to figure out something that we could have just given and made her job harder. So it's like a back and forth where it's like, I understand she doesn't trust me, but we're also now wasting time and resources that could be used to figure this whole thing out before a potential attack, since we don't know when it's coming. And every time and resource is valuable. So it's a concern of mine.
Yeah, that is a fair concern.
But again, I'm not sure. I don't know if you have any ideas of how I could at least make her understand that she doesn't have to trust me, but we need to work together at this moment, and we can't be holding back information. But I don't know if she'll agree to that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't need her to like me. I just need it so that information isn't being withheld from each other.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was not not an ideal situation there.
Hmm. I don't know. I should. Oh, the other thing I would have done as well is I wanted to check in while we're going. I want to check in with the garden about if anyone picked up the mission that we put that the ship was going to be here in 8 days, because I wanted to know who potentially we might
Mm.
have as support. So I would have called the garden as well, since I put that mission up.
All right. Well, that would have been easy to verify. The garden would have answered. Sierra would have told you that so far no one has picked up the quest, but it has drawn a little bit of attention since you have never put up a quest before. So a lot of people are talking, which may not be bad. The more people are talking, the more people may get curious, and the more people may answer the call. But for now, it's mostly just
We know long shot's coming though.
heavy conversation inside of the tavern.
Okay. Sounds good. Um. Oh, I have one thing I could try, I guess, to maybe make Naisa trust me more. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if Temptress is available.
Okay. She.
Since I don't think Temptress has an active dislike towards me, I just think she is Temptress.
Well, she did do extensive research on your religion. You remember you tried to recruit her and you failed
Yep.
with a natural one, I think. So instead of joining you, she heavily researched your religion.
Yeah. But she's never shown any animosity towards me. I think she's just like, this person
Okay.
is confused, and so anyway, I'm gonna try calling her.
Takes a moment, but she answers. Audience, it has been a while since I saw you. What's been happening?
Many things, many things.
Oh,
We are
good.
we are currently at Toby's monastery, potentially trying to stave off a attack from the hunter cult. And also, I don't know if you saw, I posted that the ship.
Unfortunately, I'm not currently in the garden.
I see. The predator is supposed to be here within 8 days, so there's a large opportunity here to potentially take out a big piece of the hunter cult's resources and armada.
Possibly. I remember Naisa telling me that this hunter cult has many, many subsidiaries.
Anyway, I was calling you actually about Naisa. She is currently helping us on the mission. And I understand that, and for rightfully so, I should say rightfully so, that she has a large mistrust of me and even a dislike of me due to my affiliations with the my religion, which, you know, I've been trying to actively do some more research into myself. However, it is causing an issue with her not sharing information that could be important and forcing us to waste time and resources and basically getting in each other's way on the mission. I know you and her are partially friends, and honestly, I'm fine sitting out any information she wants to give, but I would like if at least the rest of my party and her could work more closely, and that she wouldn't, so that we stop wasting resources and time of each other and getting in each other's way. So if you could perhaps speak to her about that, that would be most helpful.
Yes. I've been in a situation like this. Believe it or not, I have siblings. But I think that the problem is, and if I'm mistaken, please do tell me, you assumed she was going to do something and you said it out loud.
I was going with the general, as not the de facto, but as the de facto speaker of our party, I was trying to go off the vibes of that they did not want the guy tortured, so I was trying to speak up on behalf of that.
Yes, and you mentioned that out loud, I would imagine.
Yes. You know me. I'm not one to keep my thoughts or
No,
feelings hidden.
most Dragonborn aren't. But this is. You wanted to have help. Well, this is the best advice I can give you. Don't give her intentions that she might not have. You immediately assumed she was going to torture him. You said it, and then immediately she realized that you didn't trust her. You could simply have asked her, "What are you going to do?" But you assumed, you and most likely some of your friends, that she was going to torture him. And so you put her on the defense. Am I right?
Very well. It may have been a social gaffe on my part, but that doesn't change the situation of that I feel like we should be working together and not at each other's throats, hindering each other's progress in this circumstance.
Oh no, I do understand what you're saying. I'm just saying it's not going to be easy to come back from this heavy of a prejudice. Sorry.
Again, I don't need her to like me or even trust me. I just need her to be able to work with the rest of my party.
Do tell me, however. Maybe this is something I can use to help you indirectly. What have you been researching? Where have your doubts come from?
Well, my party brought to my attention that the potion is related to my religion, and I've also come to the conclusion of questioning people I've brought places that there are definitely parts being hidden to me about my religion, and that there are definitely things I do not know. Furthermore, I honestly have come to the belief that there are definitely, most likely, some corrupted higher ups in the religion, although I'm not exactly sure if the whole religion itself is corrupted. I have not yet come to that conclusion, but I already had a meeting planned with the Silver Dragon once I got back from a couple missions we were doing to discuss this and potentially get involved. I still have the desire, to be honest, if I can, to try and save my religion or make it into the ideal that I want it to be. But I also understand that it has become too big and others might have visions or ideals that don't match my own. So looking into it and trying to figure out what is right and wrong, and also understand that there is potentially a danger or an evil growing within my religion that I may have to snuff out before it gets out of control, if it isn't already.
Well, you surprised me, audience. That was insightful. Maybe you should look into your religion and conditions they might have asked of people they claim to help. I don't know, something off of the top of my mind, just like this. Maybe you should ask the garden if they've received the payment for the object you asked for that dragon. And if it came with, I don't know, something else.
I will do so. I appreciate the insight. Let me go to my notes. As the card. Okay.
Remember that in front of Neisa, she doesn't need to prove herself to you, but you need to prove yourself to her. Keep that in mind, and you might actually do well. Might.
Okay.
Well, I hope it helps. I am being called back to my duties.
Of course. Thank you for your time.
As always, farewell.
Farewell. By the way, George, you did hear all of that. No one else did. I did not hide any of that from you if you were listening.
So, what is George saying about all of this?
I, having been there, do think Naisha was being cagey about what she wanted to do. Even if she didn't want to torture him, she could have just said that.
More about, what did you think about the audience coming out about that he's questioning his religion and like talking?
I am proud of you for that.
I am so proud
So
that my addict friend has realized that he's an addict.
And I think with someone so humble and capable of self-reflection at the head of your religion, it will be more prosperous than ever.
okay.
I'm not sure
Which
if
is
calling
why
a
I would like to be
dragonborn
installed.
humble is an insult or a compliment, but the rest is nice.
I understood where George was coming from with the self-reflection.
Well, honestly, it almost sounded for a moment but hopefully with somebody humble and
Yeah. Not you. You
like-
suck.
just like clearing his throat. Humble and well groomed and masculine.
All right. Well, I guess let's start heading back unless we find anything on our...
No. The guard is very happy that you're there. He's feeling lonely.
All right.
Hasn't been anyone close by. And actually, that's kind of weird, he says, because usually there are more people visiting us.
Interesting. Jorg, actually, this is something we could do if there are more people visiting. Jorg, do you have any summon spells?
I do.
Can you...
Now prepare.
Yeah, prepared.
Sure,
I know
still
you have
have
summon
some
spells.
prepared.
Do you have any summon spells?
Yeah, I know.
Do you want to... Because we kind of have the general shield... Do you have a way to do like a familiar situation where you could send out like a bird to scout the like general area outside of the shield?
I don't have a summon spell prepared right now.
You can use a wild shape to use Find Familiar.
Oh yeah.
Or you could also just
little voice in my
be
head
the-
just reminded me of my.
Love that little voice in your head.
Do you want a second voice in your head? You're a druid. You can
Yeah,
talk to
that's what I said
plants.
second.
It's a spell.
Yeah. I especially would love to check. I'd maybe even like send it out to close to maybe any surrounding towns or the road. Also, maybe checking the cliff tops where like the caves might come out. See if there's anything amiss up there
Mm-hmm.
from the monastery.
You're a
I would love
druid.
to.
You can talk to bats with a spell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
have that spell prepared either.
You're a druid
But
and you didn't...
I
Oh,
will-
God damn it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we were busy
Amateur.
with all the other things I had to.
Yeah,
have
George
prepared.
Newberry
We did
has
have
had
him
to
prepare,
prepare
like,
like
4
eight
different
other
spells,
things.
I even had hold person in case that guy tried to get away.
Oh, you know what? Didn't I have... Oranax seed after last time, or who had Oranax seed? Did
Remy
Remy
always
still have
grabbed
it?
You, unless
But
you
I-
gave it back to Raimi. The last person I knew who asked for Ornax Twig was, or his acorn was audience. So
Yeah, because that was what I was saying. I know Remy normally has it, but I actually think I might have it at this moment.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
rare
yeah.
time. All right, I'm gonna plant. If Jorg can't, I'm also gonna plant Oranac.
Okay, and you conveniently have.
I can send out a familiar.
And you conveniently have Remy's watering can, and you remember with the name of the creature he says when he waters.
I mean, I would have just planted him like I used to plant him before we did all
Okay,
that.
well, he's gonna have a diminished spellcasting capability if you do
I-
Audience doesn't really know how Oranac works. He's just gonna plant him.
that.
Unless Jorg knows more and can tell me.
Well,
I do remember this, the Cantors stuff. I think I remembered it earlier today.
It was something Jorg would pay more attention to than audience.
Mm-hmm.
I would believe that.
all right. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you've seen Remy use this at least once because he called the Arunak at least once during your 3 weeks in the garden. So you would have seen him use this.
Oh wait, this is not the decanter. The
No,
infinite
it's
decanter.
a watering can that Remy picked up.
Uh,
Actually, you saw him pick it up. It was a few weeks before you disappeared. You just never saw him use it. But right.
I forgot.
So yeah, there was a brief moment where no, I remember Remy uses a watering can. You poured water on it, and Arunak comes out. There's always a chance that's the other one that comes out. Arunak comes out and it's, why didn't you give me good water?
I don't know. Do you need special water?
I don't know. What do you want me to? Why did you call me?
Help scout I don't know. I thought you could talk to the plants in the surrounding area and see if there's anything amiss, like the because we're trying to figure out potentially if there's an attack coming from outside. So I don't know how far your reach goes, but if you could, I'm worried about the cave entrances on top of the cliff and maybe just out the surrounding area, because the guard is saying they've been getting a lot less visitors recently. So maybe if there's some just hunter stuff going on in the woods nearby or anything that we could figure out.
Right. And are any of those caves on this side of the mountain, or do I have to change sides of the mountain?
No, they're on. Well, some of them could potentially be, but I think no. Actually, what would I? Because I have talked about the caves. Do the caves go all the way through the mountain? I guess we don't completely know.
Well, you've seen the blueprints. You know that there are some caves which reach both side of the mountain, the ocean side and the forest side.
There are some that potentially reach both sides, the other side of the mountain, but those I don't think we can check right now. Although that is a good reminder that we do have an airship, and potentially I should go look at those tomorrow if other things aren't happening. But for right now, just the ones on top of the ones that we can see, and the surrounding area out here around the road.
Right. Okay. Is Remy around?
No,
Oh.
it's just me and Jorg.
Our next nightmare.
It's just that I don't mind doing this for you. It's just that I could potentially walk all the way to the other side of the mountain, but just in case someone finds me before I get there, I'm sort of was hoping I could give his familiar my acorn, so you don't have to look for it on your own.
No, and I wouldn't want you to get. Don't put yourself in danger. This is do scouting that doesn't put yourself in danger. I can talk to Remy about that later.
All right. Okay. Well, give me a moment. It's not a. Trees have long words. So.
Unless Remy can send his familiar down to me. I don't know the range on that. I could give him a call, I guess.
You just see Remy throwing his cat off the cliff of the mountain.
No, I won't. I'll talk to Remy about it later. I don't need to do that right now. I just want to check the general surrounding area. And then, Jorg, you said you could also do like a familiar thing.
Yeah, I can use my wild shape to summon a fey beast.
Could they go around the far side of the mountain?
Yeah.
Okay. Why
I'll
don't we
summon
have
a hawk?
Why don't we have yours go around the far side of the mountain, and Oranak can check the general surrounding area, and then we'll double up.
That sounds good.
And I'll stand here and pretend I'm useful.
Yeah.
Well, Avinak takes a moment and he looks at all the trees, and you just hear sound of creaking wood and ruffling leaves. Takes a good maybe 20 minutes before he speaks to you again. Well, that was a boring conversation. Nothing on this side of the mountain. Actually, a lot of the trees feel like it's a bit quieter than usual. But other than that, it's as if they're feeling something is weird. But it's
The calm before the storm.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a storm that's gonna happen in the next few days. It's as if
Okay.
It's as if the land itself was feeling uneasy.
Spooky.
Well, that doesn't make me more easy. But thank you, Oranak.
Mhm.
I appreciate it. And then I guess I'll wait for Jorg's hawk to go around the far side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Which, no, I just said it was 20 minutes, so probably arrives back a few minutes after because hawks can be pretty fast. What I wonder is how you're gonna talk to your hawk, because it's not actually a beast; it's a fey creature.
Well, as a familiar.
Oh, as a familiar. All right. Well, you were.
It's the familiar is a fey instead of.
Yeah, no, familiar. What is the range of the your ability to go through his senses of a familiar? Is it 1,000 yard or a mile?
I think it's like 100 feet. I don't think it's super.
It's 100 feet.
100
Yeah.
feet. All right. So
I don't
Okay.
think we could
Yeah,
have
it doesn't
used
say.
its. I don't think we could have used its senses, or
Okay,
we
okay.
couldn't have seen through its eyes.
Okay.
It's more like.
But
seeing
can
what
it
saw.
look and tell us what it saw?
looks,
Or does it need the wisdom of a human or a.
No.
I
It's
could
it's
just
your
do the
familiar. You get
flying
you
myself.
can get vague impression, feelings. It's not a conversation. You're not exchanging words, but you're exchanging feeling, thoughts, and things like this. Thought is everything looks fine as far as you can tell.
Alright. I'll
the
relay
far
that
side.
to
Audience.
audience. Yeah.
Okay, so nothing noticeable yet. That's good to know. Or at least the
Mhm.
ground feels uneasy. Okay.
Not the
Well,
ground,
there's not
the
a lot.
land itself.
The land feels uneasy.
The
Well, there's
land itself
nothing
feels uneasy.
I can do about that actively. So we will continue our
Mhm.
preparations, I guess, as we go.
I guess for Jorg, um, the phrase "the land feel uneasy" would resonate more with you because you'd
Yeah.
associate the land with more than just the ground that you're standing on right now. When Arunak says the land, um, your reflex would be it's more than that. It's as if he was saying nature feels uneasy. Might
Mm.
as well be saying your world feels uneasy right now.
Oh boy. Well, audience, as uneasy as you might feel now, apparently the whole world feels uneasy.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's again not something I can actively do anything about, but we'll be be aware of it. Hopefully keep preparing as
Mhm.
best we keep preparing as best we can. Hopefully they figure out more from the actual member who might have information. All right. I guess we can start heading back. Done.
All right. Well, you go back up, and you probably arrive at the.
I'll send Oranek back because he doesn't need to be here right now, and he probably when he gets brought back, he might want to be brought back with like actual good water.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you go back up, and you reunite with your friend. One thing you sort of notice immediately is that for someone who should have been tortured through the 2 hours that you took to go down and up, who should have spent hours screaming, people are remarkably at ease in this monastery. So either things kept on going the same way it was when you left the monastery to go down the mountain, or those people are more used to hearing people scream that you thought they were.
It's all a trap. Everyone's corrupted.
So here's one thing that I'd like to ask everyone is because the only thing you have on your agenda right now is getting information out of that person and preparing for a possible attack from the predator. You've just let Neisa do whatever she wants to get information out of him, which leaves preparing for this. I want to know if there's anything you want to do because I'm not gonna make you go through six days of this if you only have two things to your agenda. Unless you all want to reconvene and share information and do things like this is always important. But if it's not that, I want to know what's in your mind of what you're gonna do in the next few days. Because I could easily skip forward a few days.
Do you want to just go one at a time? Because I know what I would do. I don't know what other people would. Because I don't think we actually have a set plan for the predator.
Mm-mm.
Right? Unless someone else has a set plan for the predator.
No.
Okay.
It's not at the top of my head, but I was kind of waiting for information to consider what to do with that.
I was also waiting kind of for information.
You know that Neisa needs to exhaust the person, so he will willingly accept either something to drink or something to eat. Until that happens, unless you ask her to resort to more forceful method, not a lot's gonna happen until the guy gets completely exhausted and breaks to drink or eat.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's a current plan we can make off the information we have, or a super good, like, we can come up with theories, but I don't think there's
Yeah.
a set
Yeah.
plan we can come up with at the moment. So I think we'd be waiting for that information. I'd be waiting to see if anyone took the quest from the garden, so I knew what resources we had there. Yeah, I think I would be kind of waiting on information. I mean, stuff I would do in the next 2 days. I would call the garden. I would have asked the things that Temptress asked me to ask. But I can just get that information and we can skip ahead on that.
All right. I don't mind. We could start the next episode with, if you want, a recap of what happened in the last 24 hours. Because from what you're telling me, nothing's going to happen in the next 24 hours which warrant more attention.
No. I might,
Mm-hmm.
unless something happens, I potentially would have asked... I still would have potentially myself wanted to take the airship and go check the other side of the mountains.
Okay.
But if I didn't see anything, but that would have been the only thing I might have done. But if I truly saw nothing over there, then I don't know. But if there is something over there, then we might have to roleplay that.
Okay.
Because I would have probably done that the next day.
So just around the mountain, or do you want to go even further?
I would have checked... I would have taken the airship to check the surrounding area, the cave entrances on the other side of the mountain, up, down. Like, I would have just checked the surrounding area, the nearby towns. I would have probably checked the couple nearest towns, because I can do that quickly. Just seeing if there was anything amiss, like noticeably amiss.
Okay. Just a visual
Done like
inspection.
a full...
Okay.
Yeah, done like a full scout of the surrounding area, seeing if there was anything amassing, like any potential hints I could get.
All right.
I probably would have gone with him, if only to get more familiar with airship stuff.
Yeah, sure. So we say that you took the airship for tomorrow. For you would take the airship and start scouting the area. So we say...
Because there's not a lot that audience can do at the temple right now. So.
All right. So we
That's what he
say
would have
something
used his time
like
for.
the radius of from where you are to the furthest town that you can reach, and say you explored everything within that bubble, or more, less.
Yeah. I would have been using my whole day tomorrow because, again, there's not really much I can do at the monastery. I'm not really involved with the guy. Just kind of waiting. Like, I would have been using my time to take like a full time to like thoroughly scout all of the surrounding area to see if I could figure out anything.
Okay. That's easy to do. All right. Then you'd probably even be able to... Oh, wow. Okay. You'd probably even be able to go see the towns, at least one town from the island, the northern island, if you want.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'd be spending my day doing tomorrow, unless someone reported to me. So, like, however much time I could use to do that, that's what I'd be doing.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind. So that's for audience and Fisher. Remy
and anyone else who wants to come.
Remy and yeah, sure. Remy.
Yeah. If you need a flying person, I can go with you guys.
I mean, we are a flying.
Well, on a ship, but I can get close to the ground
who can also
go out and
again with the flying things and
go
Remy.
get a closer
come on.
look.
How insensitive can you get?
Yeah, sorry, Remy, you're not invited.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome along, Jorg, if you want to like help us scout and get closer to things.
Yeah. I would like to.
Okay. So Jorg is also coming with us.
Well, then Remy, do you want to go with audience and Jorg and Fisher? Or is there something you'd like to do at the monastery?
I mean, like, well, it all seems like they're going on an adventure. Like, honestly, I think Raimi would do some exploration and experimentation with his cube.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So we
Or at
got,
least as much as he can do at the
Yeah.
monastery, anyway.
yeah, no, absolutely. So audience, Jorg, and Fisher are going scouting. Remy is exploring his cube because he's got anywhere between a few hours and 6 days of doing whatever he wants. And Tobiashi, well, Tobiashi wasn't feeling well, so he left the call, but it's his monastery, so I guess we'll know what he wants to do. Well,
You could just, if we are skipping ahead like a day, unless you were role playing, you could write him if he wants to join us or not, or what he's doing.
yeah, okay. I'll send him a message and see with whom he wants to be and if there's anything you'd like to do in that day. All right, so most likely next episode we're going to be skipping 24 hours. And
Unless our airship is being like suddenly attacked by like no.
well, you're going scouting. You never know.
Yeah.
But if I say we're going to be skipping 24 hours, unless I tell you that this happened and you say, oh, we absolutely had to dive bomb and attack that poor whale that we saw, there's probably not going to be
We did.
something
We will.
very impactful.
Okay. Okay.
If there's a whale, we're gonna have to. But
Of course.
specifically dive bomb it from there.
Actually, what we'd have is we'd have Jorg speak to it so it could explore the dark depths of the ocean for us in case they're planning an underground through the sea raid.
That's smart.
More than you think. If you take the talk with animals spell, of course you could. Technically, you could talk to a seagull and ask it to do some more scouting.
Yeah.
You can ask a coral reef if they saw a boat nearby when you talk with plants.
We could just send out ripples. We could even try and like locate where the predator is now. How close or far it is. We could like send ripples out through the ocean. We could be like Aquaman.
Yeah, have the whales use their
Nature's
whatever.
feeling uneasy,
Yeah.
so we make nature turn to our side.
Mm-hmm.
We control the nature.
All right.
Yeah.
So
All
yeah,
right.
prepare your spell accordingly because
I will.
no matter what, we're skipping to the next day. Because honestly, it's just a meal, and you already went through one meal with all of them. I don't need to go through several meals. So we are a minimum skipping to the next day. And depending on what I tell you, unless you want to interfere with the explanation of what will have happened during the day, it will be more. So you at least have enough time to redo your spells and think about everything you could possibly be doing. Talking to animals, talking to plants, sending out messengers. It is a spell that you possibly can have. I'm not saying that any of them will have a result. I'm just reminding you of every possibility you could have. So, I think with this, we're going to end today's episode. There was enough discord in the group about, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to go back there, we're going to go back there. But
very focused on a cohesive objective.
yes, absolutely. It's the road to that objective that was bumpy. It's
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully next time things will be easier. All right. Campfire because we're ending the episode. So, hold on. Here and here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Hope you'll be there next week. Next Wednesday for the live broadcast, and Friday for the rebroadcast. The difference between the two is on Wednesday it's a live one, and the broadcasting time is more for a Western audience. But for on Friday, it's a rebroadcast. However, everything's been edited so that the break actually lasts 10 minutes, so that the pre-game moment actually lasts 10 minutes. And the cut at the beginning, because I had to restart OBS, is not going to be there. And the schedule is more for an Eastern audience. So, and if you want to watch me make maps, that's on Thursdays, tomorrow from the live broadcast. We're almost done, I think, with the map that we're making. I'm using Wonderdraft, by the way. We're almost done. I think we just need to add a little bit of vegetation and the map will be done. Well, nameless, but be done. May try to name a few places, like the mountains and a few river and things like this. And then I think we're gonna do what I said we'd be doing and start going back on previous maps that we made, just to make sure that the legend of each map is roughly the same. And that's the entire schedule for this week. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you want to support this, no matter which one it is, the live broadcast, the D&D campaign, or the map making, you can help us, support us by following us, leaving a like, leaving a comment, Twitch or YouTube. You can support the stream also by making a donation, becoming a Patreon, subscribing on Twitch. That actually gives me money, which is very much appreciated, because I'm getting fed up with my day job. And for all of you who can't do any of those, for whatever the reason, there's a very free thing you can do that is mostly effortless, but helps tremendously. That's spreading the word of this channel. So, thank you for being here. See you next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.